Hey, welcome to Sunday Night CLYVE. Thanks for joining us. Just going to be talking, maybe a weekly catch-up, see what we have, anything to bring up from the world of horology, or horology, or mongering, or ladyboys. Also, my vacuum cleaner is still in timeout. It's been trying to change the Wi-Fi password again. So, also, we have a couple of special guests on standby. And as usual, Archie Luxury, the pontiff, the governor's governor, is probably going to get up for some lame-ass excuse and leave us. But we'll have to stay tuned. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hi, guys. I am here. But I just going to go and get a coffee. I'm going to get a coffee.
Great. Imagine my shock and surprise. All right, let's see who's on the board with us. David H., Michael Ferguson. Let's see, David H. Oh, and he's put the thing up, so we can't tell if he's there or not. Awesome. All right. Also, Louis Toledo, welcome. Alumni Quad, more stretch than Grandma's undies. Tom Imad B. Hey. Fist, everyone. And I was kind of wondering, I kind of went vintage last night, so I just figured I would bring out one of my old favorites, the Rolex Sea Dweller pre-ceramic. What's everyone wearing tonight? What's everyone fisting? Well, okay, and R.A.B. Cantor, he's curious to hear my thoughts on AP SIHH releases. Actually, I'm going to bring on a unexpected special guest who will discuss this real quick. Let's get some super chats to wrap the show. Well, I don't know where Tanzil is. So let me try to invite on our first, as far as Archie knows, surprise special guest. And of course, this is, if I had this done ahead of time, that would be better, but okay, well, yeah, of course you prefer the no-date sub. Everyone prefers the no-date sub. But, seriously, I got to wear this thing every once in a while, or otherwise I'm going to go like, or I'm going to go total Mark Goldberg and probably think about flipping it. Okay, Michael Ferguson, also, one of the things you can do is PayPal does have a PayPal app for the iPhone. So what you can simply do is PayPal Archie Luxury, archieluxury72@gmail.com, and that will show up in his phone once he comes back to it. No, the surprise guest is not Federico. I did ask Federico on Facebook if he wanted to join us, because even Archie said literally anyone is welcome, and Federico declined in a way that is most unusual. All right. Waiting for the special guest to come up. Assuming he does. Hold on. Are you coming on? Question mark. Sent you the link. Period. All right. Get out while we can. So, seriously, I was chatting with him just right before it started. Okay, fine. We will go with plan B or C. And no, it's not Uberoki. But, actually, I found out that Uberoki is selling stuff, a limited amount of stuff online on eBay. I do have his eBay user account, but I have to confirm with him it's all right if I release that over the channel. So Archie's not wearing underoos. No. Jean-Claude Bivet, no, it's not. The artist? Portolvinic, thanks. But actually, I had some stir-fried vegetables earlier, so I probably need to step on the scale but you know, I haven't done it in a while, and so far I've been actually pretty darn good on the diet. All right. Well, we will try one other person. You know what's sad? You know what? Okay. All right. Well, okay. My second choice is kind of blowing me off. Fine. Is everyone asleep? Okay, we'll send the third choice out. So, no, it's not Miley Cyrus. And by the way, no, it's not Don Haynes. I asked him, and he's too busy to come to the phone or come to the computer. So what I said for a surprise special guest may not come on. Okay. I hear the sliding screen door. I hear the scrape of little hooks going across a carpeted floor, stepping on the carpet metals. So we'll see.
Hey, a live show with Clive. No worries. What's new with you?
Okay. Now, like I said, no, it's not Mimi T. Now he's actually talking to a super collector. I mean, come on. Seriously, guys.
Oh, wow.
Come on. Wait a minute.
This sounds great. Okay. That's great. Okay, mate. I'll check to you soon. Bye, mate.
Okay. Well,
so how's it going there? How are we going there, Mr.
Sucking wind.
Clive?
Sucking wind big time.
Sucking wind. What's gone wrong?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
No, the people I thought were going to come on are not coming on. Except possibly I might be working on.
Where's Tanzillan? Where's that fucker gone?
Well, you know, I sent him something on Facebook, but no response yet. Who knows?
Yeah, now, I emailed him as well. There's some interesting. Just let me have a look here. Logan Hickman says, "How much do you make a month on YouTube, though?" Well, Clive earns nothing, but I can tell you what I earn. I earn about. It's no big secret. I earn about between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. Okay. How are you affording watches and vacation? I also work as an escort. Okay. Let's have a look there. What other questions they asking there? I've actually made, Archie Luxury has made videos on how much I make on YouTube. I have actually revealed all the secrets there. And it's, I got to be honest with you, Clive, it's that time of year again. You got New Year's resolutions. I'm thinking about whether I need to reboot the channel or I need to look for something else, Clive. What would you suggest? A 45-year-old man, no tertiary qualifications, IT skills that are about 5 to 10 years out of date. I still put Windows 95 on my resume. Okay. What else can I do? What else can I do? By the way, I just went to get a coffee. I went to get a coffee.
I actually had some green tea. It's like healthy and shit like that. Also, I really need to clean the mug, but it's a good reminder. Life is good. So what watch are you wearing today?
Mark Goldberg just joined. Hello, Mr. Goldberg. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Pluta. I'm well, thank you, and yourself. Sir.
Ratings poison. I'm doing it very hard at the moment. I got to tell you the truth, Goldberg. It's bad. It's bad, okay? I got to treat the audience like a Cocker Spaniel that won't listen or learn. I got a very bad audience. I'm struggling to survive. I got to be completely honest with you. Someone's asking me how much do I make. I make about $1,000 to $2,000 a month US. Okay, that's what I make a month. I got to be completely honest with you. It's tough. It's very, 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 very tough. That's why I need paid reviews, super chats to keep me going. Marky, that bet we had, you know, that bet where I was supposed to wear the watch? Well, guess what? Now, Mark, hear me out. Hear me out, big boy. Hear me out. what happened was I had the white dial one, and we both know the white dial one is kind of shitter poison. So I criticized it on the channel. Someone offered me money, right? They offered me what I paid for it, and it was within Australia. So I rang him up and said, look, are you really serious? If you're serious, give me a bit of profit, right? I wanted 350 profit, 350 Aussie dollars profit. And he said, okay. So then I jumped on the Fleabay, and I picked up a black dial one. Not as nice condition, not as nice. This was sold in December 2013, so it's roughly 4 years old. And I got the black dial. So unfortunately, with this bet, I've forfeited myself because I had to send the white dial one. But Marky, I love gay men. I wanted to ask you, Marky, do you think I did the right thing getting rid of the white one for the black dial one? Give me your opinion.
Well, I do. You got rid of a aluminum bezel Heritage 1, and you picked up a ceramic bezel Heritage 2. The only disturbing thing is that
I got rid of an aluminum bezel Heritage 1 white dial,
yeah,
and I got a slightly older aluminum bezel black dial Heritage 1. They are still...
Listen, I am less offended by the aluminum bezel than I am by being forced to look at your C cups at the Gold Coast in the last 48 hours. I have seen more boobs than I have had to look at in the last 10 years. Did you
like the testing I go through? Rock pool, sharks, crabs. I went to the ocean. I gotta tell you now, guys, I don't put the gloves on. I don't put the gloves on to handle the livestock. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think those are fisting gloves. Don't you agree?
So I didn't put gloves on to show this watch off. I just put them on, and I got to tell you, I'm thinking about, it's got a little bit of a scratch buckle. I'm thinking about getting that polished out. Do you reckon I should bother, Mark? Yes or no?
Well, yes, but just do it with a Cape Cod cloth.
What?
I think he should do it with a Brillo pad.
Or a hammer.
Listen, I was going to get it professionally done. I was going to get it professionally polished out.
Let me point out something. Those are the right type of gloves.
Yes.
The only people that use those gloves to handle livestock are ladyboys.
So I got to tell you guys.
I missed the rubber snap when you put that on.
Well, these are cloth. These are cloth ones. These are cloth.
So look, real quick.
Not that clean either. Not that clean either.
At least they're white.
I think I know where these have been.
They've been in Don Haynes. If we pressure test the gloves, the DNA is going to Don Haynes.
You've only sniffed it once. I don't buy that story for a second.
Now, I got to tell you this, guys. What do you think? Did I make a mistake, Mark? So I've sold it a mint condition white dial for a excellent, very good condition black dial.
Did you lose money?
Oh, well, actually, there was money coming my way. That's how I paid for the Gold Coast trip.
So what I'm saying is, if you didn't lose money, how can it be a mistake? You got the white dial, you got some filler out of it, and now it's gone. You know, as far as your clasp goes, use a Cape Cod cloth. Do not pay for a professional polishing for a $5 Cape Cod polishing cloth. You can shine up your own bracelet. Look how nice my Avenger 2 bracelet is. It's nice and shiny, and that's just a $5 cloth sitting in my chair watching Netflix.
Now, I got to tell you guys,
show that again. Show that again real quick, Mark, if you don't mind. Wow. What color is the dial?
That is the black dial, Avenger 2 GMT, which, by the way, I just saw an old Archie video trashing the Avenger, which you said you hate that particular. I don't know why. I kind of like this one.
No, actually, Archie, no, show your watch.
Make some noise.
Okay. Makes a noise.
Yep.
Why is that? I like Mark's black dial a lot better than yours. Huh. Okay, Mark, show your black dial again. Make some noise.
Okay, I'm making the noise. La 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 la. I don't know if you can see me now big, but I see me small.
Yeah, that's a nice. I don't know what it is. That's a nice. That's a nicer colored black.
And look at this. Look at this clasp. This nice clean clasp. That's just a Cape Cod cloth. I just hit it every once in a while. Might even be due. But the only reason to professionally polish a watch is if you've got gouges in it, I think.
Right. But you know what's? Yeah, it's funny though. Today I actually saw the Heritage Super Ocean in a blue dial, and that blue dial is sharp.
That's pretty.
Well, actually, I got to tell you the truth there, guys. Christian has one on Theo and Harris. He's got the blue dial one.
Yeah, that looks really sharp.
Yeah, it is, but I'm not cool enough to pull that shit off. You know what I mean? I'm not New York happening. I'm not New York happening. I'm not cool enough. I thought the black, that's the classic. You know what? I could have actually gone for a blue dial one. But
you should have. Totally should have.
Okay, no worries, Clive. That's okay. Now, Marky, I got to ask you this. We're getting no super chats at all today. Far out. What the hell is wrong with you boys? Are you SEALs performing? Get out there, get some money in, boys.
Let me tune in to just see what's happening.
Man, this is just, I'm having a look. It's bad. It's bad. It's
okay, guys, look. I don't want to have to do this, but sometimes you guys leave me no choice. Either make with the super chats, or I swear to God, I will invite Don Haynes on, and I will ask him about the most obscure movements ever.
Don't do it.
And I will not interrupt him.
Don't do it. Don is mad at me these days. I don't think it would be pretty.
They're accusing me of not wearing pants today. You know that?
Well, you don't wear pants most days.
I'll show you. Let's just have a quick. Whoops. Yeah,
okay.
They're right. They're right. They're right. Yes, yeah. It's so hot in Australia. It is. I got. It's 28 degrees. Okay. It's very hot. It's actually quite pleasant compared to yesterday.
Archie.
So Mark Goldberg, are you scared straight yet?
Yes.
Well, I did want to ask Paul if you've ever considered chest waxing. Is this? You know what? How about for a super chat? You chest wax live on camera.
I heard that stuff hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you from personal experience, but let's just imagine it hurts.
Yeah, no.
You mean Paul? Yeah, totally. If Paul does it, I might even super chat myself.
How about we go? You know what? If we do it together, what do you think? The three of us just kind of.
I've got someone offering me a pizza.
No,
not
the same.
No.
No. Him, yes. Me, no. Hey, actually, Mark, you've got one of these, don't you?
What is it?
Speed Dweller?
Yeah, it's the 16600.
Sure, I could go a pizza, William V6. That's okay.
You know what, boys? I have a quick technical question. We're not getting any super chats on the one hand. On the other hand, normally...
That's okay.
Yeah, but when I'm viewing the live chat, there is super chat icons, and I'm not seeing those icons. Archie, have you failed to push the right buttons?
No, it's just I just failed to get any punters who. It's okay. We'll just chat. Look, it's not always about the money. It's not always about the money.
I do understand that, although that's a big fat lie. On the one hand, on the other hand, normally I'm seeing super chat money icons at the top of the chat.
I know. It's just shit. It's just.
No. Isn't that blue dial just so much better, though?
That's a yacht. You know what? That's a Yachtmaster, which is technically known as the douchebag watch. So I'm a little concerned that you own that particular iteration and in two-tone. Yeah.
You also forgot to mention that I do not live within 500 miles of a major body of water.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I'll just be 1 minute. I'm just trying to chase someone up. You keep talking, boys. I'll just be a minute. You keep talking.
Yeah, no. Are you going to go get an ice cream cake?
Possibly.
He's going to bloody leave us. So Logan Hall says there's just no super chats. But Logan, you could do one if you wanted one, right? Is that what that means? Could you send us 50 cents so we just know it's working? because like I'm not even sure it's working right now. Yeah, the douchebag.
Bugsy Malone. Bugsy Malone. Bugsy Malone. I'll take the douchebag watch any day.
You know what though? I mean, I gotta say that Clyde, you rocking it might just make it cool, but typically that's for guys who are just too good to own the Submariner. Like I don't really understand why is that better than a Submariner. It's sort of more dainty, more gentleman, more jewelry like than a tool watch.
No, well, okay. Other than the bezel being precious metals, it's totally rough and rugged.
Well, it's got
totally manly.
Whereas
it's so manly.
Yeah. Be still my heart. I want those gloves. So, you know, calm down, big boy. Calm down. We're not doing chest waxing until we get like $50 out of this deal. Whereas the Submariner's bezel is incised, this one is, what's the opposite of concave? It's got an outie, not an innie. It's like boys and girls. Girls have an
convex.
Innie.
Convex.
So your numbers are convex, whereas the Submariner are concave. It's just a little fancier. No, please do not moon the camera. Oh dear God, I'm having to carry the entire show by myself as we speak. Like I don't have that much material, guys, and I'm not being really paid to. Oh look, I think somebody is that a couch in the background? What are we looking? Or is that a bed?
It's a futon.
It's a futon, but it's got a covering on it that looks like a 15-year-old Star Trek sort of cover there. What could we have somebody please start a Facebook persona as Clive's futon? What am I? Oh, that's a lot better. That's a 16618 or 13.
Nope.
What is it?
16803.
Okay, so that's the two-tone black dial blue bezel pre-ceramic.
No, not a black dial. Not a black dial.
Blue dial? Let me see closer. Put it up to the camera. I can't see it. Looks like a black dial.
Sub. Purple sub.
Well, isn't that a 16613 then?
No. The purple sub is the 16803. It predated it. Much like the 16800 was a transitional from the 4-digit to the 16610, the 16803 was like for 4 years, 84 to 88.
Let me see the clasp. Let's see the clasp. Yeah. No gold through the buckle. Very similar to my 16613, which is in the safe currently slightly turning purple. They do. That is a nice look. And I think that's why I might keep it, because it's turning purple.
Exactly. And, you know, I've actually had other people report that. Oh, Super Chat. Hi, guys. I would like all of your opinions.
Archie's back. I'm back now. Super Chat came in. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, guys. I would like all of your opinions. Explorer 1 39mm or Rolex No Date Sub Ceramic. New or used? Thanks.
Oh, I got an opinion on that.
Okay. What's your opinion?
Well, I would say, first of all, they're not really equivalent in price. So we're looking at two totally different price points here.
Okay. Also, sorry. Time out. Ving Tinier is also saying that his super chat, the second member of the Community College of Cardinals, is saying that his super chat button doesn't work today.
Uh-oh. Well, and we have another. We do have a €5 super chat from Pasquale Spagnuoli. Yeah.
Okay. I've got that one pulled up. You start on the first one.
Okay. So look, between those two watches, definitely the Rolex No Date Sub Ceramic. Absolutely. It's 40mm. It's super case. It's maxi dial. It's going to have a whole lot more wrist presence. So that opinion of mine, between those two watches, if you can stomach the extra few $1,000s, definitely I would go Rolex No Date Sub Ceramic. But that presupposes that you've got wrists that are like 6 3/4 and above. If you've got a little inky dinky 6-inch wrist, 13 centimeters in circumference, then little chicken bone wrists, then you might save the money and go with the Explorer and get similar wrist presence. But for most adult males, I'm saying I would go with that sub. It's a lot more classic.
Well, and like I said, I don't think you're going to get the, I don't know if you're really going to get the No Date Ceramic. I don't think you can find that used. I think the only, a practical question is, are going to be able to get your hands on either one of them right now because there's just such a dearth.
Let me throw my 2 cents in there. Look, as I must admit, Mark is on the money. They are 2 different price points. The sub no date is much more than the Explorer 1. If it was me as a one-watch person, which one would I choose? I tell you what I would choose. I reckon the Explorer 1 would be as sexy as fuck. I reckon that's the cooler watch because not only is it a sports watch, but it's also a dress watch because it's just simple. It doesn't have any fucking bezel on it. It's just so cool. It's one of the coolest watches on the planet. So my view is, I think if you're going to buy new, if you're buying new, definitely get the no date because that's going to retain value more. But if you're buying used, I reckon the Explorer 1 39mm. They've got 2 versions. You got the smaller hands or the bigger hands. I'd probably try and get the cheaper, the smaller hands version because I reckon that could be collectible. It's just a little anomaly. You know what they did was they used the same hands on the 36mm when they changed to the 39mm size, and people said the hands are too small. The hands are too small. So but I reckon they could be very collectible. It's a great watch. Great watch. I reckon Explorer 1 could be the perfect one-watch collection.
I don't know if you know this, Archie, but bigger is generally considered better.
It's 1 mil. 1 mil. 39mm compared to 40mm.
Yeah, but you got the super case, which takes that 1 mil and effectively speaking turns it into like 4 mil, really.
But the 39mm is just perfectly proportioned piece. It's a modern piece, perfectly proportioned.
It's certainly a better deal. You know, it's certainly a cheaper price point and a better deal. And if he's got little wrists, it's going to look great. And it's unloved, you know, isn't it the dog of the range that always seems to eventually become, you know, listen, in 1987, I bought a 2-tone Datejust, which in that era was the watch to have. And I could have gotten...
Actually, can I say this to you? Yeah. I bought a Rolex Explorer 1 in 1991, right? And if I had the money, you know what I would have bought? A 2-tone Datejust. That's what I really wanted, but I got stuck with an Explorer 1 1016 because I was short. I was after a deal, a bargain. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, but both of us screwed up because for about $800 less, we could have both had a Steel Submariner.
Yes. Oh, actually, Steel Submariner was more expensive than the Explorer 1. It always was.
No, but not as much as the 2-tone Datejust. So, and in that era.
Actually, you're right. The Explorer, the Datejust was more expensive than the Explorer.
It was.
Sorry, it was much more. It was cheaper. The Submariner was cheaper than the Datejust, of course. And in that era, people didn't want Submariners. They were in the shop. You know that for the picking, picking. And you know what? The real smart money would have been, Mark. You know what would have been the smart money, Mark?
Hey,
you know what would have been the smart money? 1987. The plastic 5513, the no date sub was still plastic then. That would have been the fucking smart money. You know, a 5513 plastic glass.
I believe the 87 version of the sub was also plastic glass.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The Submariner date was a 16800. Okay, that came out in the early 80s because it was a 1680. When they went to Sapphire, there was a transition model called the 16800, which was only available for a year or 2. Then it became the 16610, which we lasted a long time. So no, you're wrong. It was the no date sub was the 5513, which didn't change until I think 1990s, 1990, when it became the Sapphire no date sub.
Everyone here that currently owns a Submariner and made in the 1980s, raise their hands.
Oh, yeah. No, I got 90s. I have a 2-tone.
No, I didn't say 90s. 80s. No. Okay.
Yeah, but you just bought it last year. Hey, we have a super chat. Pasquale.
Well, I got pulled up, but for the record, I was going to say Explorer 1 until Archie started talking, so now I'm kind of going no-day Submariner.
Just to be a contrarian.
No, I'm not being a contrarian.
Yes, you are.
No.
You just proved it again.
I'm totally not a contrarian. I am absolutely not a contrarian. All right. Now, all right. But my point is, it depends, quite frankly, it depends on either which one you truly love, because it's open to question if you're deciding between the two, and also whichever one you get the best price point at. You know, good luck trying to find the no-date sub ceramic any place other than a waiting list at an AD. And you sign up for it now, you're going to probably wait a few months. On the other hand, if you look around, you might be able to not just find a good deal on an Explorer 1, but actually be able to find it immediately rather than pony up money and wait 6 months or more. That being said, I still go with Mark. Okay, £5 super chat. Speaking about £5, how's the diet going?
Can we talk about positive things? I'm just coming out of my slump, okay?
Okay. Oh, actually, my diet's been going... Okay. Hi, Archie. Can you tell us your opinion about the H. Mosier and C. provocation with his prototype in video?
You know something? I fucking hate H. Moser and C. I just hate the brand. I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think of that brand?
No opinion on it, really. I mean, I'm sure they nice-looking watches. I don't know anything about H. Mosier because my primary source of horological knowledge is the Archie Luxury channel.
Yeah, look, they I don't know how to put this. Look, guys, H. Moser, why do you want to buy one of those? Why do you want to buy? It's a bit like a FP Jean, you know. It's just, I don't know what to say. It's just something that never really floated my boat. Okay, it's never really floated my boat, guys. It's never really floated my boat.
So okay, let me put it in terms you'll understand. Someone wants to buy an H. Mosier and Son.
Now they actually have the news is, sorry, just let me finish. The news is, I'm sorry, the irony app on my iPhone is just going nuts all of a sudden. Yeah, I was going to show you. H. Moser released the Swiss Icons watch. Did you see this?
No, because again, my primary source of horological knowledge is the Archie Luxury channel.
Look at this here. This has got Swiss Icons. Take a look at the latest series of watches from H. Moser, intended to be as much a provocation as anything. Look at this.
Like
this watch
looks like a cross between an Audemars Piguet and a Rolex GMT Coke.
It's got Panerai in it. It's got AP. Look at all the different Patek with the links. Look at this watch. I think this is the one he's talking about. Okay. What do you think of it? Schaffenhausen. Look at that. Schaffenhausen on the dial. Panerai numerals. What do you reckon, guys?
I'm going to buy one of those in Bangkok for about 3 shampoos.
I think it's
This is the one he's talking about. This is the H. Moser Swiss Icons. I think this is the one he's talking about. Okay?
A bit of an abortion, don't you think?
Well, you see, I think it's hideous. I think it's an horological abortion. I think it's for people with absolutely no class or taste. So Archie will buy one immediately.
I can't wait to see that in the crab pool. How many? You know
Actually, what? I'm still waiting for him to do. I'm still waiting for him to do a dive review of the iconic dive watch, the Omega Professional Speedmaster Man on the Moon.
I make one slip of the tongue and I wear that forever, you know. So look, H. Moser, I got to tell you, what do I think of H. Moser?
It's called editing. Look into it.
Okay. I'm one take, Archie. Talk to Frank Sinatra about that.
Archie, I have sent you to Archie Luxury 72. That particular email. I sent you a picture of that date just.
Super chat.
After go ahead, and we'll come back.
Chat by Stephen K. Archie needs a beef and reef for lunch.
Yes. Fuck the diet. Fuck the weight loss. Fuck this. Fuck that. Let's get into some healthy eating. Good dieting starts with healthy eating.
What is reef and beef? Is that like surf and turf in our country?
Yeah, yeah, it's just amazing. I love that shit. You know that? Sorry.
Lobster and steak, is that what that is? We don't really know what that is.
Yeah, it's seafood and meat.
Mark H.
Goldberg. I just got it. Oh, that's quite okay. What's wrong with that, Marky?
No, nothing's okay. Nothing's wrong with it. That is, I wore that watch for 15 years without taking it off. That watch went into cow manure. It dug ditches. I sweated in it. I took it to the beach, and after 15 years, it sat in the drawer for another 10. Then it went to Kenny Nguyen at Jewelers on Time, who restored it to the beauty that you're on your computer.
You would never sell it, but would you? You would never sell it, would you?
Yeah, I can't bloody sell it. I've owned it longer than my children.
Do you mind if I ask you something, Mark, or not?
Yeah, you can try.
So you were. I don't want to. I'm not trying to. I just want to ask you honestly. You were originally married, weren't you?
Yes, I have 3 kids.
And then you decided to swing the other way. Was that right?
You know that yeah, that's pretty much it. The pendulum just started to swing the other way.
Well, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I love gay men. You know that.
I do know that. You terrified me by showing me your bare breasts, and now you're refusing to wax them. The pendulum is starting to swing back the other way.
Thank you, Marky. Thank you. I love you, Marky. Marky, tell me this.
Mark Goldberg.
You were a winner. Don't you think you were a winner with that Rolex? Did people say, wow, he's got a Rolex. He must be a good dog trainer.
Yeah, well, that was the it watch. However,
what car did you have when you had that watch? What car did you have?
Let me think. It was bad. It was pretty bad. It was a Cadillac Seville, which I kept for 11 months because it leaked oil from the day I bought it. That was back when Cadillac was a piece of shit. So
you had a Cadillac Seville?
I did have. I'm ashamed to say. Yeah.
Not a Brougham?
No. I had a Seville, and it was big and ugly, and it leaked oil. Then I went to Jeeps. After that, I went to a series of Jeeps.
Now, Archie, didn't you once own a Cadillac Bogan?
What year was your Seville? What year was your Seville?
That had to have been like an '86.
Did you like it?
It was silver. It was really big. It was impressive. You know what? The damn neighbor kids kept snapping off the Cadillac emblem, which used to be stick up, just like those old Mercedes emblems that stick up. And I went through like 4 or 5 of them before I quit replacing them.
Okay. Also, my vacuum just put on the super chat that, or not super chat, sorry. If Mark finds out Archie raped a dog, the friendship will be over.
That's true.
Yep. So, okay.
But
okay. Sorry about that, guys. I just organizing. Someone's sending me a beef, and now that Cadillac had the ugly ass, didn't it?
If you're going to ask me dog questions, people, you better pony up a super chat of at least $2. For a lousy $2, I will answer all these dog questions.
Can you show me which Cadillac did you have? I want to know which Cadillac you had there. Which
color?
Which color? What color?
Quick, if you super chat $20, if you super chat $20, the rest of this live stream will be Archie Luxury interviewing my vacuum.
So it was silver. You had a silver.
Yeah.
Like this. Is that how it looked?
That was go back. I think that was it. Yeah, that was the car. That's it.
Wow, and you had dogs in the back.
Yeah.
Dog hair all in it. 2-door or 4-door?
It was a 4. Well, they were 4-door, and like I said,
2 doors.
No, I had 4 doors. Leaked oil from the day I got it.
Did you take it back under warranty? You heard of warranty?
Yeah, over and over and over again. It wasn't until a few years later that our Illinois developed a what we call a lemon law. And now if they can't fix a problem in so many visits, they have to buy it back from you. But this was before then, and so
this was the brochure you would have been sucked in by. Look at this, the 1986 Cadillac Seville. Look at that.
It was a beautiful thing.
Why was it so bad? But why was it so bad? If it's
well, it had very mushy steering. You know, you turned it, and then about 15 minutes later, it would swerve a little bit.
Yes.
You could actually see, if you watched the gas gauge as you hit the accelerator pedal, you saw the gas gauge begin to, move towards the empty position. And it leaked oil on my driveway from the day I got it, and it went back 5 or 6 times, and they never could fix it.
And what did they say? They all do that.
I'm just, Clive's vacuum is being funny today. I'm sorry.
You had the V8 engine in it?
Of course.
That was an expensive. How did you have so much money, if you don't mind me asking? Like, that was a lot of money in the day.
I was a good dog trainer.
You were a dog trainer?
I was a good dog trainer.
I see.
Good dog trainer, good business person, printed my own money. You know, I've always been clever. I'm not wealthy, by the way. People must think like I'm not like super wealthy. And in fact, these days I don't even buy cars new. I've discovered, or watches. I've discovered the value of letting some other.
But you, I would say, Mark, you are successful. I think you're very successful because you're the happiest guy I know. Success isn't always about money. It's about, you know, you've got a great outlet. That's why I love having you on the show.
Why, thank you. I come here mostly because my boyfriend.
Even though every video you do with me, I can't monetize because of the top content, you know. But that's okay. I like having you on here.
You make it race.
Super chat. Quick. Super chat.
What? Why is the steel sky dweller going for a premium on the gray market?
Supply and demand. Simple as that. Supply and demand. It's just crazy. I mean, why are they going for a premium? I tell you why. Because the bastards won't sell enough of them. It's like they had a Cadillac, right? A Cadillac Seville. Then they say, instead of having 20,000, we're going to make 5,000 for world supply. And we make it exclusive. And everyone will want it, and they'll race out and pay premium. People will want things they can't have. So the best way to get more customers is to limit supply.
I would say to Thomas that if he's trying to choose between a steel sky dweller at a premium or a boring sub date, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other right now. Those boring steel subs are really hard to get, you know. But if you can find one at a reasonable price on the used market, meaning not at a giant premium, I would buy that.
Mark, I got to tell you honestly, you know something? I don't mean this in a nasty way, and I'm not even listening to my own advice, but I'm having a lot
Super chat.
Sorry.
Super chat.
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell.
This one is from Clive. It says, "Stop interrupting me, you horned imbecile."
Oh! It was only $2.
I know the value of what I'm getting.
He's an angry man. He's an angry man today. An angry vacuum. Clive, do you need your vacuum? Do you need your bag changed? Is that what's happening here?
I need it emptied. No. Let me just rephrase that. Okay, but anyway.
Have you eaten? Have you had raw filet mignon yet today?
Okay, let me go ahead and finish the rest of the question, if I may.
Sure. I've learned my lesson.
Should I get one? Well, yeah, you learned a $2 lesson. Shall I get one? Get on the wait list if there is one, or better yet, a boring sub date. I just have the moon watch at the moment.
Well, go ahead and answer it, Clive. What do you think?
No, they're asking him, obviously. So, should he go ahead and get on a wait list, or if there is one, for the Sky Dweller, instead of going or should he go for the gray market, or should he just get a boring sub date?
Look,
so far he just has the moon watch.
I reckon a great. If you've only got one watch, I wouldn't be buying the Sky Dweller as your next piece. I would be taking it slow. Let's build up a collection, man. That's so much money. We could have so much fun with other pieces for the same money. I reckon personally, if you've got a moon watch, you need a diver, you need a GMT. There's so many good bargains there. Why the fuck? See, the whole thing about watches is, as Mark Goldberg will agree with me, it's the hunt. You don't just go there with a black Amex card and buy what mummy and daddy will let you buy. I got to be honest with you. In all honesty, it's such a wonderful collection you could get for $20,000. How much is a Sky Dweller? What's a Sky Dweller? About 50. What is it? What's a Sky Dweller going for, guys? It's about
12.
12?
Yeah, the steel ones, I want to say. I mean,
they're asking for a big premium in Australia, the huge premium they're trying to get for them.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, but the thing is, here's also the Sky Dweller, though. If you can get it, can't you flip it for? Well, if you're going to pin the weight, couldn't you flip it for? Play with it a little bit and then sell it for a profit?
Right,
Can't you totally Archie that bitch?
Well, in theory, you could, but you wouldn't really want to remove the stickers if you were planning on a flip for a premium.
Yeah. I think, honestly, look, so many cool watches. You could build a beautiful collection for that sort of budget. Like, I would be looking at, okay, laugh me out of here, okay? I'd be looking at a fucking, you want a Rolex, get an Explorer 2? Whether it's a 42 mil or 40 mil, I'd be looking at some interesting shit, like maybe some interesting brands there.
That is bad information. Bad Pontiff. The Explorer 2, that is outdated. You might as well tell people to buy a Model T, for Christ's sake. Explorer 2s, their bargains are gone because too many people listen to Archie Luxury.
Yes, I know. I just like to build a fun collection. For that sort of money, man, you could have... I'll tell you the truth, I'm thinking about getting rid of the Patek. I'm thinking about getting rid of the Patek because I could buy a...
You heard it here first, people.
I'm just someone sending me... I'm just going to pick up... I've got to leave soon. Can you believe this? These lazy sons of bitches. These lazy sons of bitches. My pizza's not going to be ready. I got to pick it up. They don't deliver until nighttime. Can you believe that shit? But that's okay because
Rudy has something to say.
Actually, I forgot to tell you. There's a great video I watched on the internet. I've learned how to handle Rudy. It's called Money Envy. It's a great documentary. It's a British documentary. Money Envy. You might want to put that into your YouTube search engine.
I'd like to tell you what's wrong with the Sky Dweller.
What's wrong with the Sky Dweller? It's just.
It doesn't. Go ahead.
No, it doesn't float my boat. The proportions are all wrong. I don't get excited about it.
You know, I've tried it on. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, after you, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll send you $2, Clive. So real quick, here I have tried it on in gold, not in steel. I like the proportions of it. It feels substantial, but not oversized the way the Deep Sea Sea Dweller does. The part that kind of bugs me is that you have an annual calendar that has no day of the week, but instead it has a 24-hour GMT dial. And that is an odd, that makes it odd. Now, the movement is brilliant. I love the command ring, but I would have much rather had some kind of day of the week indicator over that 24-hour dial. So yeah, that's the problem. It's an annual calendar with no day of the week.
And you know what I think? I think Rolex is the most conniving sons of bitches. They released it as a precious metal. When it wasn't selling, they had all these movements made up. They thought, fuck! The best way to get rid of them is let's put it in two-tone and steel.
Well, that's the rumor on how the whole reason that they developed the James Cameron edition of the Deep Sea Sea Dweller. It was said that they had excess stock, the black ones, and they couldn't sell them. So they ripped out the black dial, plopped in the half blue dial, raised the price, and then all of a sudden it was cool. That's the rumor anyway, people.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
We were waiting for you.
No, you were saying something, and then I kind of drifted out, and then the vacuum texted me.
Paul said that he thinks that they came up with the steel Sky Dweller specifically to use up a bunch of movements that they had made for the precious metal ones that weren't selling. And I said that the rumor was very similar as to why they came up with the blue dial James Cameron edition in the Deep Sea Sea Dweller, because the black dial version was not selling, and so they just picked off the old dials, put on that new James Cameron dial. That is the only difference. The James Cameron edition doesn't even have a different designation in the reference number. It's the exact same watch, same reference number, slightly different dial, $4,000 more money. And I think that was just intended to make them cool again. But it worked.
It works very well. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just gonna go out for one tick. I'll be back in 3 minutes. But keep talking. Keep those super chats coming. And
actually, I was trying to have someone on. Apparently, someone has just ordered one of the new APs. You know that they just released a new Royal Oak.
Yep. That's the perpetual calendar one. You mean?
I didn't. And do you know why?
Why? Because you watch everything on this channel.
My primary source of horological knowledge is the Paul Pluta channel.
Okay, thank you.
Seriously.
Well,
seriously, I went to school in Oklahoma, and my education hasn't been neglected this bad before.
okay.
Anyway, Mark. I mean, I don't like the, I just don't like the aesthetics of it. Kind of like I don't like the Yachtmaster 2. I don't like the big date thing for some reason. That just seems.
Yachtmaster 2 is the one with that 10-minute complication.
Yeah, it's just like what. Yeah, it makes the Yachtmaster 1 look like the look cultured and sophisticated.
The Yachtmaster 1 is a basically, you know, a gentleman's dive watch. The Yachtmaster 2 is a useless thing. I mean, if you can't even time eggs on that, or they'll all be boiled too hard. So it's that one has the most complication I've ever seen.
Well, and it even has Yachtmaster 2 in big script along the bottom.
I think that's the ugliest watch. Would you say that's the ugliest watch Rolex currently makes? Because I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's almost like the watch. It's almost like the Rolex watch for Sylvester Stallone or something. You know.
I see that as like the Miami Vice watch. You and I, we're of a certain age. We remember Miami Vice, and that's kind of what that watch reminds me of.
Right. And his daughter is now doing softcore porn, basically.
Which daughter? Which guy's daughter?
Don Johnson's.
Really? Isn't she like 50 years old by now?
No, not Melanie Griffith. No, his daughter, the one on 50 Shades of, yeah.
Who knew? You know, there's somebody online with the actual screen name of Archie's prolapsed anus. I mean, like, how does YouTube like give you that handle when you sign up?
Did I tell you my ex is on the boards right now?
On the boards? What's on the boards mean?
Well, you know, the live comments.
Your ex is on. What's his name? Which one is it? Would that be
her?
Who is she? Is she the vacuum? Is she stalking you? Do we need an intervention?
I don't. No, I just don't think she is. I think she's just here to fist Archie, quite frankly. She's been hearing me.
There's somebody over here named Pubic Lice. I'm wondering if that could be her.
No, actually, no.
Okay. Good friends?
Well, it ended kind of sudden, so.
Well, hopefully it'll get there.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, anyway.
You're done with your child support now. Good thing.
Marky,
yes,
I just want to say to you,
no, that was taken care of 99, pal. That ain't gonna happen again. You know, fist me twice.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, remain calm at all times so that you can monetize this video.
Thank you.
Wait, go ahead.
Marky, you were such a fucking winner.
What have I done?
Fucking winner. You had a two-tone Datejust.
I did have.
Silver Cadillac.
I did.
Man, did you have the word winner on a neck chain or a arm bracelet? Winner, chicken. You were fucking winning, man. You were fucking life. You were
I had the life, although now I pick up dog do for a living, so let's not get overly...
I got to tell you, when did you... So the Cadillac, what did you have after the Cadillac then?
After the Cadillac, I went through a string of Jeeps.
What did you have before the Cadillac? Can I ask you that?
Yeah, that was the first nice car. Before that, I had sedans. Like I had a Chevrolet Caprice that was like a cop car.
Can I ask you, why didn't you buy a BMW 3 Series when you bought the Cadillac?
That's a pretty good question. I really can't answer that. Other than in that era, I really didn't know a whole lot about German cars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just lack of
tell
knowledge.
me this: after the Jeeps, when did you quit the Jeep thing? Because Jeeps are now garbage, aren't they?
After the Jeep, well, I liked my Jeeps, but they started getting really expensive. And when they merged with Chrysler, there were a few of them that were like, not so great. But then after the Jeeps, I got a Sequoia. A Toyota Sequoia, and that was a beast, a monster. That's a huge. I don't know what they call it in Australia, but it's an enormous. It's an SUV for the morbidly obese. It's giant and huge.
I see.
But it got pretty good gas mileage, even though you could like haul tractor trailers with it and fill it with children and car seats and face masks. So, and then after the Sequoia,
is that bigger than the Land Cruiser?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, yeah. It's whatever. It's the largest Toyota, the biggest Toyota. Google USA.
How do you spell it? Toyota Sequoia. How do I spell that?
SEQUOIA. Now the sequoia is a type of American tree, which is like the biggest tree that ever grew anywhere.
Oh, that's a big thing. That's like an Escalade, Cadillac Escalade, except it works.
Yeah, yeah, they work great, and they got those, and that sequoia got tremendous mileage for the size of it. It was incredible. 4-wheel drive, 8-cylinder engine, 20 miles to the gallon, 22 maybe on the highway. It was amazing.
And when did you get rid of that? Why did you get rid of that?
Because I found me a Porsche Cayenne S hybrid that I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't say no. I get bored, you know. I'm good with a car for like maybe 3 years, and then I get a little bored. So the Sequoia had reached the end of the road.
And do you have a boyfriend now? If you don't mind me asking, is that too personal?
I don't. If you're in the market, fellas, you know, send me an email.
Yeah.
No, okay, Mark. Let me ask you a very pointed question here.
Yes, Dolly.
What date watch would you provide Archie with when you took him on a date?
I do have the boyfriend Rolex library program. You know, if we go away on vacation, you get to select from the bank box. What would I put on? I think I'd make him wear the deep sea just for fun.
Wow, that's so kind.
Well, you wear all these little dinky watches, these 39mm Explorer 1 watches. I think you ought to wear a manly man.
Oh, by the way, I'm actually working on celebrity YouTube impressions.
What do you got?
You want to see my first one?
Sure. If you can drool, maybe you could do Don Haynes. Well, there's Clyde's futon in the background. It's all dressed up with what looks to be like a 1970s Star Wars motif. Love that Eiffel Tower. Looks like there's track lighting off to the left. Archie, I don't know what you've put up there. Am I all alone here? Am I carrying the entire show? I am not prepared.
No, you're here with me. I'm here with you. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm here with you. Look, I gotta tell you honestly, right? Seriously, I want to say this. You were such a fucking winner, chicken dinner, Cadillac and a Rolex. Did people say to you, "Fuck, you're successful"?
That was in the 80s. No, they must have said "fuck you," but that was in the 80s. So this is now the the something.
This guy wants $50 to train my dog not to shit in the house. That's what they said. This guy wants $50 to train my dog not to shit in the house. Fuck.
That dog can shit in your house for the next 15 years, as far as I'm concerned. I got no beef with your dog. None whatsoever. Although, come to think of it, let me find a copy of my book so I can hold it up. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Yes.
He's an interesting guy, Mark, don't you think?
Absolutely. Did you guess who the impression was?
No.
Archie Luxury.
Let dogs be. Mark, can I ask you something?
The live stream and left for 5 minutes.
Why did you decide to go into the dog business, Mark?
Well, hang on and I'll show you. Let me just find the right picture.
Do you actually like dogs?
That right there is me and my dog in 1974.
Yeah.
I was training dogs when I was 13, 14. Actually, I started training dogs when I was 11. So that dog.
Okay. Tanzil Ansari, super chat. Archie, why are you gay?
I'm going to answer that because he can't help it. Anyway.
By the way, did you guess who the impersonation was of?
No, did you do one? You better do it again. I wasn't looking.
Okay. For my next impersonation.
You're leaving. Oh, yeah. I know who you are now. That's one of the best Archie Luxury impersonations I've ever seen. But you should come back drinking something, you know, or eating something at least. There you go. Okay, where were we? Oh, why did I become a dog? Are you there, Archie?
Why did you become a dog trainer?
Well, I had that dog that you saw in the picture, and when I was a little kid, I got him. And he ran out into the street and got hit by a car and broke his leg.
Shit!
So, yeah. Now, mind you, that dog, I'm going to show the picture again to remind people who I'm talking about, but his name was Gus. And that dog, I got him.
Super chat, Tanzil, sorry. And Archie, be careful what you wish for. Archie, would you prefer pressing your body against Mark Goldberg on a hot, sticky Brisbane day? Hot, sticky Brisbane day.
Yes.
Or wear your fucking shit black Breitling, you nasty fuck.
I love my shit back Breitling. I love that watch.
I like it too, and I think it's the only thing that just saved me from a hot, sweaty, hairy embrace. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to Breitling. Okay, so real quick, I got this dog when I was 11 years old. He lived until I was 29. So he took me from my entire childhood through my adulthood. But he got hit by a car because he was a little dick, and I had to teach him to be a good boy.
That was a border collie. Was that a collie? A collie?
No, that was a Sheltie. That was a Shetland sheepdog. And
no, actually, real quick,
yes.
what is the purpose? I understand certain dogs were bred for specific purposes.
All dogs.
What is the all dogs? So what would be the purpose of an Australian Shepherd?
Well, you know, in Australia, you have more sheep than you have human beings, and they have giant. The sheep ranches in Australia are so huge they don't even call them ranches; they call them units, and they're measured in hundreds of acres. So they needed a dog which was capable of longer runs than a border collie, because border collies are very quick, but they are used to keeping sheep in more confined spaces. So the Australian sheepdog is sort of the border collie of Australia, but they are a lot harder headed. They have a lot more stamina. They can run, you know. The border collie is brilliant, but the Aussie has a heck of a lot of stamina.
Now, is it only sheep, or can they also be used to herd and control larger, say, horned animals?
Well, I think you're now thinking about things like cattle, such as the Texas Longhorn cows, and that would be more along the lines of the corgi. You see, the corgi was bred. The Queen's corgis were bred to herd the large horned beasts, because the cows would kick at them. The corgi was low and could just duck the blow. They couldn't really even get kicked in the head because they're so low to the ground, those little corgis. So that's the technical answer to your horned creature question.
What about smaller horned animals with smaller horns that are larger and slower moving?
Are you talking about, for example, the great horned owl? I think I detect some sort of a theme. Is there something that you want to tell us here, Clive?
Well, I was thinking maybe if we sent the right shepherd to Archie, we could train it to make him to corral him and move him, and maybe do watch reviews in a timely manner.
Well, I don't. Yeah. Well, you could ask him. Super chat. Ask him.
Okay. Actually, Archie,
why do I feel like we're talking to one another through one another instead of directly to one another? I feel like I'm an intermediate. I feel like this is marriage counseling, boys. I feel like I'm right in the middle of a marriage in crisis.
Super chat. Archie, what the fuck is your comment on the watch wars? Andy Kunter and Simon Beach have waged war on the Suckerhorn. Why are you staying silent?
Why have I? Sorry, say that again. Well, I don't watch other channels. There's not many channels I watch besides mine. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Watch wars. They're saying Andy Kunter and Simon Beach have declared war on the Suckerhorn, your good friend. Why are you staying silent on the matter?
I don't like to get involved in other people's wars. Wars are nasty. You know that?
Okay.
All I care about is I make my $2,000 a month, right? I'm struggling to survive.
I thought it was
$1 to $2,000 a month. I make, right? $1 to $2,000 a month. And I got to tell you, all I want to do is put food on the table, put a pizza on the table, put a Pepsi in the fridge, and the odd beer, the odd beverage. I'm okay. But I don't want to fight with anyone. I don't want to fight with anyone. You know, I'm just very simple, very, very simple sort of guy, you know?
So how much would Simon Beach or Andy Hunter have to super chat you to declare war on Suckerhorn?
It's just, I like Suckerhorns, my friend. I'm not even gonna. I would prefer it if you don't mention
so it would be
those
more
two.
money?
I would prefer if you don't even mention those two guys' names on the channel.
Clive,
well,
they're person non gratis. They're person non gratis as far as I'm concerned.
It's a super chat. We know the rules. Yes.
What you are asking for is that Archie should open a second front, just like Hitler did when he opened the Eastern Front with Operation Barbarossa, when he was really focusing on the Allies. You know, he was focusing on the French and the English, and then all of us on the West, and then all of a sudden he opens up on the East. Archie is already at war with TGV, and Archie, even though you say that you don't like wars with anybody, it's only 2 or 3 days ago that you posted up all sorts of secret missives, emails from back in the day, in which TGV reveals himself to be a double agent, a double-edged sword. So I gotta say, you like your wars. And they are interesting, but I think the correct answer is to open a second front would be to invite the same disaster that Napoleon encountered back in the 1800s. Better answer, don't you think?
Yes. Yes.
I thought you might. There's another.
Yeah, I'll get to it. Mark, if the following YouTube celebrity gurus could be described as a breed of dog, which breed would they be? TGV, Anti-Hunter, Fat Rico, Archie, J. Anthony.
Well, TGV, I think, would be an Italian greyhound, don't you think? Small, skinny bones, easy to break, you know. Italian greyhounds, if you look at them funny, they break a leg. So,
and it would wear absurdly small collars that other dogs wouldn't be able to wear, right?
That is the nature of the beast, and they have pointy little heads and little funny little mustachios. So that's TGV. Andy Hunter, I think Andy Hunter would be a pit bull, and I think that he will be happy and pleased with his designation of pit bull. He has a couple of big, chubby, happy pit bulls. He loves them, and they say that you begin to look like your dog after a certain period of time. So I think Andy Hunter would look a lot like a pit bull. Federico, I see him as a dog de Bordeaux.
That's a dog that just ate all the leftovers, and that has had.
You remember that movie Turner and Hooch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Hooch. I don't know if you can picture that or put a picture up. Somebody might need to see. Why don't we get, can you Google these and show us what they look like? You want to show people what an Italian greyhound looks like, Paul? Can you
sure, I'll just call it up here. Italian greyhound.
Well, he's actually, okay. Well, we're already like a super chat. How would you describe, what best breed of dog best describes J. Anthony?
Well,
here we go. This is the Italian greyhound.
Working my way through the list. So that's definitely TGV. Small, delicate bones, tiny little brain. I like that one in the hood on the left-hand side. Okay, now can you show a dog de Bordeaux? And I'm going to spell that for you, Archie. So, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
D-O-G-U-E. And then the next word is day.
I got it.
And that's there we go. And so now that would be Federico, don't you think?
Right.
Right. Okay. And well, J. Anthony. I think J. Anthony would be a standard poodle because he's got that very carefully coiffed hair. J. Anthony does.
He does have coiffed hair. I got to guarantee you that.
He's very coiffed. So I'm saying.
What do you think I would be? I'm a bit scared to ask. What would I be?
You know what? Give me 1 second to just consider these possibilities. I think I think you would be a. All right, I'm going to give you the name. You ready? Get up in there. All right, Cane, C-A-N-E. Next word, Corso. It's the first thing. There you go. Kind of roly-poly, happy, silly, maybe a little chubby. See those little stumpy things on the sides?
Yes.
See those, the little stumpy? you know, could be ears.
Yes, there could be. Yes, 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 yes.
Right,
Beautiful.
No.
Beautiful.
Anyway.
Thank you.
It's also, I'd like to point out, it's also a black dog.
And if I'm gonna give Tanzil a bonus here, and I'm gonna tell you what CLYVE would be. So Archie, get your browser set up.
Yeah.
CLYVE would be a great, G-R-E-A-T, great. You know how to spell that?
Probably not.
Great Dane.
Nope. And then the next, nope, not Great Dane. Go back. Get rid of the Dane. Pyrenees. It's the second one down. Look at that hair.
Ah, yes. That is CLYVE. CLYVE, that's you.
Definitely CLYVE. So that's...
And here he is here. Here he is with his girlfriend.
Best in show. Quite a breeding that one was. He had puppies.
I actually had one, and he was fond of doing that. He would just come up and dance.
Did he? You had a Great Pyrenees?
Yep.
I guess I called that one.
His name was Buford.
Buford is a good name for a peer. Okay, there's another super chat, isn't there?
Getting to it now. Archie, if you could choose one of the following, which would it be? Caress Mark Goldberg's balls in a sensual way. Sorry. I gotta ease into this one gradually. Archie, if you could choose one of the following, which would it be? Caress Mark Goldberg's balls in a sensual way. Do body shots off of Fat Rico's belly, or have mustache rides with TGP.
It's a very small mustache. Take that one. It's a very, very small mustache.
Sure, I'll take that one. I'll take the last one. Thank you.
Tanzio, you got to stop, buddy. I mean, we love the super chat contributions, but you know, I'm going to have nightmares and I'm going to need therapy. You're going to have to super chat me money for a therapist if you don't stop this. Now, where were we?
You know, when you go to sleep and they have the nightmares, you're going to be hearing Archie Luxury saying "I love gay men" repeatedly while fondling your balls. And you know, we actually got Buford because we actually thought got Buford because he thought huge dog, he'd be this fierce watchdog, and he wasn't. Literally, he was the most innocent. He couldn't guard anything to save his life.
Well, he would have been good with coyotes and wolves because that's what they're intended to guard off, not people, but coyotes and wolves.
Geez. Well, you know, actually, I mean, at one point, we're calling the dog in, and I'm Buford, and I stuck in the big dog house. I stick my head in and say, "Oh, excuse me, Buford, wait."
Don't you knock first?
No, it was like, excuse me, what are you doing in my doghouse?
Right.
Yeah, inner city living at its finest. And so, yeah, I think she was just not a street person, but like a troubled kid high out of her mind. And the police called and took her away. And then later I heard the dog whining outside the gate to be let back in his yard. That was our guard dog.
Somebody almost stole Buford.
Yeah, damn near did. Well, stole his house, certainly. Okay, Tanzil, I'm sorry. Archie, since you didn't do my commercial for your channel...
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming on. It's coming. I haven't forgotten about that commercial.
You must not do the, it's not about the money, it's my passion. Shitlings on time, simply the best.
Okay, we can change it. I haven't recorded it yet. We can change it. I can do that. Okay.
But you know what, CLYVE, you forgot the prior one. Tanzil submitted one before. I didn't hear you do it. Gotta scroll up.
Okay. Real quick, let me get this newest one before it disappears. Archie, would you swim in a Yachtmaster, or do you think it would fuck up over time?
Yachtmaster's a Rolex case. Any Rolex is fine to swim in as long as you had it pressure. Check the seals. Get it pressure tested.
Oh, Archie, super chat. Why do you keep smelling your watch straps?
Oh, I love because some of them, because I buy them used, I have dead man smell to them. Some of them smell like the previous owner, and they take on characteristics of that previous owner.
What if they've been
okay, I found it. Archie, why the fuck did you get that black piece of shit Breitling? You've officially purchased Archibald Shitterfield III, Scheitling Tissot Scheitling.
I actually like the look of that model. I like the heritage, the Super Ocean. I had the Super Ocean before because they were cheap. And I said to myself, what would I really have if I just went in and just bought something I liked? And I actually liked the Super Ocean heritage because it's vintagey, but it's modern. It's vintagey, but it's modern.
I like that new one with that ceramic bezel. You know what? What really gets me about that heritage, whether it's the 1 or the 2, is those tiny little loom dots near those batons. There's like no way to read that thing in the dark, I think.
No, but that's okay. I mean, that doesn't really mean much.
It's a dive watch. You should be able to take it and know what time it is.
Yes.
You can't, and that to me just kills me. No loom.
Discount called it the plumber's Rolex.
That's sad. It's very pretty.
Plumbers do make a lot of money, let's be honest. So I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Super chat, super chat.
Super chat. Archie, I just got an... Oh, Tansel, sorry. Archie, I just got an ostrich stat for my PAM 005. Royal blue fucking ostrich leg. Will Mimi T now play ping pong with me in the nude? Konnichiwa, bitches.
You'd have to ask her yourself. Give it a try. I've lost all contact with her. I do not talk to her. I've removed all her videos so that she can't have anything gained from me. And I tried my best. I tried my best to get a young person to get some things happening, and it just bit me in the ass. Absolutely bit me in the ass.
All right. Sorry, Mark. What were you saying?
I was done.
I have a suspicion that with Tanzil, I kind of suspect he waits for the guest to start getting ahead of steam, and then he super chats. Yeah, exactly.
Marky Goldberg, I got to tell you, man, so what made you become a dog trainer? I wanted to ask this. So you love dogs from a young age. Okay, that's okay. I liked some birds. Okay, I liked peach faces and that there when I was a young kid. So, but what made you make this into a full-time career and get a Cadillac out of it? That's what I want to ask you. When did you realize you could make money out of this stuff? So
when I was a kid, I had that dog that I showed you the picture of that's in my book. And he got hit by a car. He did not die, but he needed... You
know what sort of car it was hit by?
Yes, I do. It was a blue Volkswagen Beetle, front, one of those ones with the engine in the back. Remember those?
Yes.
Super chat. And Tanzil, sorry. Archie, who knows the best ins and outs of a cow's anus? Mark Goldberg seeking portly men, or Simon Crane while on the dock at the local on the clock at the local butchery?
Simon Crane. If you're a butcher, you know everything. You can't hide nothing from a butcher. Nope,
because he's going in.
So tell me this. So what made you make this a full-time job? I want to understand. How did you realize, hey, because your parents would have wanted you to become a lawyer or a doctor. You're Jewish, right?
Yeah. I got into law school. I just opted not to go. But anyway, what happened was I learned how to train my dog. And I began, because they sent me to dog school. My mother sent me to dog training school when I was like 12, so that dog wouldn't get killed on the road. And what happened after that was I began to obsessively read every book in my junior high school library about dogs. That caught the attention of my teachers, who thought I was getting kind of weird, and they were a little worried why I was like reading every book, clockwise across the shelf of dog books. And so they required an explanation as to why I was doing this. And when I told them I was learning how to train dogs, they began to, this was in the 70s, early 70s, and they began to take me home, call my mother and ask permission and take me home after school to train their dogs. So my first clients were my teachers.
Stephen K. Mark, okay, Mark, 25-year-old lifeguard with a six-pack or dinner with Don Haynes?
Stephen, do I look stupid? How stupid do you think I look? I would carry Don Haynes by myself to the top of the pyramid in Mexico and rip out and then eat his beating heart for that date you just described. Sorry, Don. You got to, yeah, Don's
okay.
gone.
By the way, Tanzil and Sari, Archie, what is more gay? Your shark mesh fucking bracelet on that piece of fucking shit Breitling, or Christian from Theo and Harris? And to give added value, I think we should defer this question to our honored guest first.
No, that clearly is asking Archie, but
I got to tell you, I would say that the Breitling is more gay because I love gay men. And I tell you now, if someone says, hey, that's a very gay thing, what their meaning is, it has great style and taste. Gay men are renowned for style and taste.
Christian wears some mighty nice sweaters, Archie. Mighty nice.
I got to tell you honestly, but I reckon the Breitling is it is a gay watch. Yes, it is, because it's in good style and taste. Normal straight men are just hungry or horny. They don't care about style, but gay men have style and taste. And
Louis Vuitton.
Exactly. So I got to say, I take it as a super compliment there. I really do. And I think it is. That's the reason I love it. I love that shark mesh.
There's my shark mesh. Somebody said gay men wear Breitling. Well, I got mine on today.
Wow.
Okay. What do you think to the 1958 geophysic? There's a new one. Huh? There's a new one on sale at my local AD for $4,000. Seems like a good bargain. Could I flip it for a profit?
How could it be new? It's not new.
1958. Yeah, that's okay.
It's what it's called. It's a homage. It's a true homage. It's a reissue. It's a reissue by. Look, I got to tell you the truth there. I would be very careful with buying any Jaeger-LeCoultre that you think you can flip for money. If you think you can flip it for money, the geophysic is true beat. That means it goes tick, tick, tick like a quartz watch. I think, to be honest with you, you're from the UK, you sent a £5 super chat, you're going to be fucking stuck with it. These things are not Rolexes. Buy it if you love it, but not going to flip for profit. That is one soft brand. That is softer than the dog shit that Mark Goldberg picks up with his pooper vac.
Bare hands in a bag. Bare hands in a bag.
Oh. Could you also guess the next impersonation I've been doing throughout the show?
Who's that?
Seriously, I've changed like 9 watches while you guys were talking.
I didn't notice. How dare you?
Don's joined in. Don. Hello, Don.
Hello. Hello, watch people.
Donnie, do you still love me?
No comment. I'm wearing a citizen.
I'd like to know if you and I are still, secret lovers, because we had a super chat asking whether I would date you or a 25-year-old lifeguard with abs. And sadly, I had to take you to the top of a Mexican pyramid and cut out your living, beating heart with an obsidian knife to get to that lifeguard. Sorry about that, buddy.
Donnie Haynes, do you approve of me getting rid of the white dial Super Ocean and getting a black dial one? Yes or no?
No, because the black one might be harder for you to sell and keep the same profit margin.
Why is that? What's wrong with the black one?
It's an older watch and it's not in as good of shape.
It was cheaper.
Somebody stop playing music. Clive. Clive.
Okay, you take over, Clyde. I got to pick up pizza soon anyhow, Clyde.
I was playing background music. I was actually playing Secret Lovers while you guys were talking.
What you're doing, Clive, is you're going to stop this video being monetized because of copyright music. That stupid gag has cost me money, Clive.
Oops.
No, it was no. It played for less than 5 seconds. It played for less than 5 seconds. And also the
Clive, you always cut me off when I'm talking, Clive.
Anyway, what were we talking about before we were so rudely interrupted, ladies and gentlemen?
So why did you become a dog trainer? So your teachers took you home to train their dogs.
They did. And then next semester, Archie, I had print shop. So I printed up dog business cards with movable type and a Gutenberg Bible printing press. And I took those to what was then considered the internet. You know, the internet is a place where we all gather together and information is disseminated.
How much did you charge to train their dogs? How much did you charge?
$5 super chat. Mark,
yes.
Would you prefer waxing Don Haynes' ass while listening to Luther Vandross, or become that weirdo who walks cats outside around the block?
Could I use a belt sander? Is that an option?
Yes.
If I can use a belt sander, then I'm going power. It's very cold where I live outside, and I don't think my cat wants to go out. So I would take care of Don Haynes' taint with a belt sander and a little bit of Nair. I think we'd be fine. Don't you, Donnie?
Yeah. I have a man groomer that's perfectly fine.
Nice. Did you see Archie's boobs on the latest video where he was pressure testing the Breitling?
No, I didn't.
Well,
I'm sure they were spectacular.
You got to catch up. I'm saying like like at least B cups.
Thank you.
Okay. So Archie asked me a question why I don't like the new Breitling as much as the old Breitling. The new Breitling is in a rougher shape than the old one. And it's going to be hard to maintain the same profit margin because it's in rougher shape and it's a little bit older watch. So it's going to be harder for you to flip for the same profit level.
Okay.
That's why I don't like it as much.
Super chat. And by the way, I don't know how to tell you this, Don, but son, you done brought a citizen to a Breitling fight.
All right. I'm sorry. I was on the phone with a very high-level guy, and
he was
talking to me about
You wore a shitter, Don.
What?
One of my best friends wears a citizen, and he's got more money than all of us put together.
He's allowed to wear a shitter.
That's not that hard, admit it. Oh, okay. Okay. Lange 1 or Grande Lange 1?
Grande Lange 1. Always pick the big one. Always pick the big one. I try to tell Archie this. Go with the 46 millimeter.
That's why you
always pick the bigger one.
You don't have a girlfriend, Don.
I don't think it matters. They're both spectacular and amazing. The other one is 38.5 mils. 38.5 mils isn't that much smaller. You're going to get it for $10,000 cheaper. Look, they're both magnificent. Both magnificent.
Super
End
chat.
of story.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Somebody
Mark,
wants to.
I'm in Naperville for a week. It's warm as fuck here compared to Canada. Stop being a pussy.
Well, Tanzil, if you're in Naperville for a week, we should schedule lunch in the next day or so. So you should email me is what you should do. You can find my email on my channel. I think it's markgoldberg8@gmail.com. Mark with a markgoldberg8@gmail.com. You can email me and let's have lunch.
Nice.
Now,
that's really nice.
There was a super chat right before that one that you missed.
Lange 1 or Grande Lange 1? I wrote that one.
There's one after that.
Grande. Always pick the big one. Don't listen to Archie.
It's the one.
Oh, okay.
You can get the Grande for discounts too.
Stephen K. Super chat. Super chat. Okay, Donnie. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Don. What were you saying?
I'm saying it's always better to pick the bigger watch, especially for resale value. Oh, you son of a bitch. You always do this every freaking time. What is your major malfunction, Private Clyde? Did your mommy and daddy not love you?
That was awesome. Clive, I would high five you. Oh, there goes Archie. Clive is now doing his Archie impersonation as we speak. That was awesome. How are you, Don?
No, it was evil.
It was evil, but it was fun. Hey, we got $2 for that, just so you know. Right?
Donnie.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Donnie, instead of interest there, I paid $2,000 for the new black dial one. Okay.
How much did you pay for the white dial one?
The white dial one. The white dial one. Yeah. I tell you what I paid.
Does that look like a strike, Don?
I paid $2,000 for the black one, and I paid $2,400 for the white dial one.
Okay. And what did you sell the white dial one for?
I sold the white dial one for. I'll tell you what I sold it for. 2650.
Like 3,000?
2650. This is all US. 2650 US.
So you made $250. Your profit margin was 10%.
I sold it to get the black dial. I didn't really want the white dial. I didn't do it to make money. I did this because I realized the black dial is cooler. I was listening to you guys.
How much is it gonna cost you to get the black dial polished and take out the scratches? Like $100?
Just use a Cape Cod cloth. Do not send it out for anything. That's crazy. It's just
it's gonna cost me nothing because I got a favor I got to call in so I can get it done for free.
Well, in that case.
Okay, so that's good. So after you get it fixed, what are you going to sell the black dial one for?
I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it. It's part of my collection. It's part of my collection. I'm trying to fucking reassess these ratings that are falling through the floor. And you know what I'm buying next is a Tudor Black Bay.
Well, that will give you 2 divers, Archie.
I know. I need desperately to fucking...
Super chat. Archie, do you prefer eating pepperoni pizza or watching Fat Rico bone men dressed up as Mimi T and bangers?
Eating always comes over pleasure. Eating. Pizza always. Always. Oh, I love pizza. I don't look the way I do if I did not love my food.
Interesting. I have a question for Archie. Are you following some of the watches coming out before SIHH?
Let me answer that. No, he's not. Oh wait, you are?
Well, he said yes.
Okay. Wow.
What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think about the Audemars Piguet razzle dazzle things they're coming out with that are just basically different colors and different materials, but they're the same old movements?
That old movement, you can buy that in a 36 mil, for about 10,000 US. Under 10,000 US, 7,000 US. You can get it for. You know that?
Do you know that movement came out in about 2006?
I thought it went back to the 80s.
Nope. The ones that go back to the 80s were from Jaeger-LeCoultre, and they came out with their...
There's nothing wrong with a Jaeger-LeCoultre movement, Bart. Yes.
Super chat.
Oh,
Archie, would you prefer wearing a Squale Lion Shark, titty fucking Fat Rico, BDSM with Anti Hunter, or taking a job as TGV's Mustache Squire?
Mustache Squire.
Yep, Mustache Squire.
Mustache Squire.
All right, so what I was saying, Archie, is the Audemars Piguet's movement came out in 2006, the one that they've been using currently. It's a little bit more robust than the thinner Jaeger-LeCoultre movement that everybody thinks it's based off of, and it's completely different.
But you must agree with me.
It is a little bit better.
You must agree with me. For $7,000 to $10,000, you can get that in a 36 mil for a fraction of the price. The AP is mega money. Sorry, the Royal Oak. The Royal Oak version is mega money. It's the same basic fucking movement.
Paul, which Black Bay? Which one? The ETA?
Burgundy.
ETA or Tudor movement? That would be the Tudor movement, right? No, that's the
Tudor.
ETA.
No. I want to get the in-house. And you know something?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about buying it brand new.
But you won't get the smiley face, and you're going to get shafted on the price. Why would you do that?
I got a friend of mine who bought one, right? Listen to this. He haggles like a bitch. Haggles like a fucking bitch.
Super chat, Kelsowitz. Arch, since you're in the market for a Tudor Black Bay, what are the best prices you've seen out there, new and used? Which model
brand
do
new.
You want?
Okay, my friend can get it from a dealer. He bought one last week, about a couple of weeks ago, from a dealer in Australia. I'll put it into US prices. So this is a Tudor Heritage Black Bay Burgundy with bracelet. He paid $29 US. He'll be able to get the tax back. We can get the tax back, and it will end up after tax back. It'll cost him $26.50 US. Brand spanking. I can't buy him secondhand for that price. I would prefer to buy secondhand, but I can't get him.
Well, that makes it flippable. in theory. But those prices here in the United States would suck. You could buy them less than that here on the used market.
How much less? I'm on Chrono. I can't see them.
Like what, 2,500, Mark?
Well, you can
sometimes Mark says you can get something less, and you can't really find it for that price, by the way. So take what he says for a grain of salt.
I want to say I bought and sold my Burgundy one for right around $2,300, and that was maybe 9 months ago. Bought and sold it.
I got to tell you, I'm trying to
super chat. Mark Goldberg, which one of these would win best in show at Westminster? Archie's latest Tinder date or Don Haynes?
That's a trick.
Archie's latest Tinder date or Don Haynes?
That's a trick question because they are one and the same.
Guys, I gotta ask.
With Archie. Do I look like I'm Australian?
I gotta tell you this now, guys. I want to know. The ratings are fucking terrible. They're fucking terrible. So what I'm going to do is tell me this, Donnie. Do you reckon a Tudor would help my ratings if I bought a Tudor Black Bay?
No.
Fuck.
No, it would help your ratings if you bought an iPhone 10 and did a review of it.
Hey, Clive.
iPhone 10? Why would I do that? They're expensive.
CLYVE, Max Levinson.
It's cheaper than the Black Bay, and there's more people.
Not if you have a real job.
Well, tell me this. What about if I bought a Grand Seiko? Do you think I should buy a Grand Seiko? Would that help my ratings?
Can I explain why buying an iPhone would be better? Because you'll reach a larger audience, and you'll throw a different spin on a technology, on a retail consumer product that has a larger customer base that will come in and view your humor and start appreciating some of your videos. And it's $1,000 is still cheaper than $2,300 or $2,500 or whatever you're going to pay for this thing, and you'll be able to sell it for $900.
Okay.
I did used to enjoy your video. Paul, do you remember when you took your camera into the Apple store and screamed and yelled at the kid and got him all upset? That was a fantastic video. You remember that?
That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. That's what we need to bring back.
Archie,
that's the Archie we love.
Did you like the Chainsaw series?
Wait. I'm sorry. Don, what were you saying?
That's what the crux of what I'm trying to teach him.
Super
is that
Jed. The only thing that
we need
ratings is the panorama.
You motherfucker. You know what? Don't fucking interrupt me.
I've been making a
Tell our
series
super
of videos
chatter he can fist his hits, all right?
Clive, you are a genius, Clive.
Fist me. How's that? Super chat. Super chat.
You are the mad genius. I salute you, Clive Anderson.
I swear to God, I think he times them deliberately.
No, he's just so easy to fool. You can fool that boy.
Okay, Don, what do you think about the Longines Big Eye?
I think the Longines Big Eye is a nice watch. It has a column wheel chronograph.
Archie, the only thing that will help your ratings is a Panerai, and then making a series of videos on Frodrico's fake Panerais. Where were you, Don?
Yeah, anyway,
the Longines Big Eye. It's a nice chronograph. It has a column wheel in it. I don't know if it's regulated properly. If it's not, it's going to be regulated in 3 positions. It'll be off by 7-8 seconds a day. It's a good buy at $2,650 is what they're charging, which means you're going to get at least a 20% discount. So you're going to be able to get that watch for about $2,200, $2,300.
It's a Longines, but
easy from.
It's a Longines. Do you know they do terrible things like they use glue in watchmaking?
No, that's Tag Heuer, bro.
They do nasty shit.
This watch, I've seen the movement, Archie, and when I looked at the movement, it has a proper column wheel, and it's a chronograph with a module over a base ETA movement that has been modified, and it's actually pretty well put together. Now, if you knew what I was talking about, you would have saw the same picture and looked at the quality of the parts, not the brand as a whole. You tend to look at brand as a whole, not the individual watches and the parts. Like, we didn't even know the movement on the AP was updated until 2006. It's a completely different watch now.
Don, before you take the pontiff to task, I think it's incumbent upon me to mention that if you get an ETA with a module on there, and when it comes time for service, you may not realize this, but you will be double servicing because you got to service that movement and the module. Did you know that, Don?
But did you also know that I got a guy that'll be able to freaking get that thing fixed for cheaper than it would cost if you sent it to Rolex or something. And if you send it to Longines, your service is going to be about $350 to $400. It's not terrible.
It's got to hurt, Don. It's got to hurt.
Did you know that, Mark?
Don, let me know when you're finished.
$400 is not going to hurt if you send it to Longines.
Just got to hurt. That's all.
You see, the thing between me and you, Mark, is I know what it costs to get them fixed from the individual manufacturers because I do my research and you do not.
The difference between me and Don is I can afford to get it fixed. That's the difference.
I can afford to get it fixed now, too.
Well, your rent is very low. What is Mom charging you these days?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Super chat.
And the reason why I'm home, dick fuck, is because my fucking father has cancer, you son of a bitch, and I have to help out around the house. It's not just because I choose to live here.
Calm down.
Well, no, okay. Donnie, we never knew that. We never knew that, Donnie. I wouldn't mess with you if I'd have known that, and you know that as well. So this is a touching moment.
You guys are good guys. Come on, you're all lovely guys. I love you both. You know that? I love you both, okay?
Don is mad at me about other things, but Dad's sick parents are
totally off limits. No,
totally off limits. That's right.
No bueno. Oh, also, Tanzil, sorry, super chat. Don, shut the fuck up, you old fuck. All right, now let's go ahead and go on to. Man, that was the shittiest. That was the. Okay, Tanzil, seriously, this might. Can we pick on somebody else for a couple of minutes?
Don, I got to tell you, you have a fucking amazing knowledge on watches there. I just podgy through, and you knew when to tear me to shreds. You're right. I didn't do the homework on that AP, Don.
Yep, it's all right. It's all right.
But I got to tell you, there's nothing wrong with the JEWELLERY movement. JEWELLERY makes some amazing shit.
Of course they do.
I mean, they used to make stuff for Paddock. They used to do stuff for Paddock.
Super chat. What is shittier, Dawn Hunter's hairpiece or Archie's fucking black nasty vinyl fucking piece of shit? God, I hate this Breitling.
I don't know why you guys hate it so much.
I like it, except for the loom.
If it wasn't for the fact it had an ETA movement in it, it would be a semi-decent watch.
No, if it was blue, it'd be a semi-decent.
I can't pull that off. It's too cool. I'm not that cool.
All right. So, Don, what were you saying about the and like I said, and Don is the one who got me on the Longines. Don is the one who got me on the Longines Big Eye. Because I mean it. So what was your opinion about it again?
Well, Don was saying it's using an ETA with a module, right? And let's be honest there. AP's been doing that for years. They put a module on their fucking Royal Oak offshore chronographs, aren't they, Don?
Yep, they use a Dupuis module on their in-house.
That Dupuis is also what Tudor uses. Did you know that? Tudor uses that on the Monte Carlo.
Okay.
They use it on the Monte Carlo. On a lot of different watches.
What do you think is less valuable on the used market? The Longines Big Eye or Archie's Brown Eye?
Archie's Brown Eye.
Okay, thank you.
Now that would be a watch. What millimeter would that be? Like a small one, like a 32 millimeter, or would that be like
one of those? Panerai. What way?
Be like a Panerai,
okay.
Right?
Don, what sort of Grand Seiko should I be looking for? Because I'm having trouble finding a bang per buck Grand Seiko that I can.
All right, listen.
I can fucking make.
Real quick, okay.
Listen to me. Govberg Jewelers has them used on their website, and they're at decent prices. Okay, they are a Grand Seiko dealer, and you want to be looking for any of them that are over 40 millimeters, so 40 millimeters and up.
Okay.
And look on govberg.com and take a look at the Grand Seikos right now. And look at their pricing, and look at the GMTs and their dive watches.
Okay.
Stay away from the titanium one. It scratches too easy.
I gotta say, I've had very good luck purchasing from Govberg, and once in a while I haven't bought a lot there, but a little, and once in a while within reason they're negotiable, and their customer service is terrific. So I gotta say, I do like them.
Oh, by the way, Archie, I kind of sent you an email to the secret pontifical email address. Did you get it?
Yeah, that's with Rudy's watch.
Yeah, would you put that on there?
He's got too much money, that guy. You know that?
There's a super chat
he's
here.
A man. He's a man.
I'm just calling it up. Just hang on. Where's it gone? Oh, here we go. Wow. Has he bought that really or what?
Ordering it. No,
Far out.
and also he resents.
I wish
he deeply resents your implication that he makes too much money. He wants you to know that he's only getting one at SAHH, ordering it brand new. He's getting one brown one.
Do you like it? Do you like it, Don? Do you like this watch or not? Seriously.
No. Because
I'm pissed off
getting because they were supposed to have an integrated chronograph by now, and they've been promising us this integrated chronograph for the past 2 or 3 years, and they still haven't come out with it. They're coming out with a new escapement that doesn't need like oil. That's going to be incredible. But the problem is when you manufacture this escapement that they've developed, they can't mass produce it and keep it reliable. They're having a problem figuring out how to make it work and mass produce it at the same time because they still make 60,000 watches a year. They can make one at a time, but they can't get it to work right yet on a consumer production scale.
Jesus, Don, these things are.
Wait.
I just found it.
I'm sorry. My bad. That's the other one he ordered. Sorry, comma. Would you send me the correct one? Question mark. Oh.
Yeah, I think that one's $115,000.
Okay. Correct. Okay, that's the second one he's getting. It'll take a second. Hey, are you on WhatsApp, Paul?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Seriously, I mean, I need to get your address on there because the pictures on WhatsApp are like that. It's really, really freaking impressive.
We're two super
going through now.
Gentlemen.
Okay, sending it. Sorry. All right, super chat. There is a Grand Seiko that is named after Don Hanks. It's called the Snowflake. This is, quote, allegedly. I'd like to add allegedly from Clive's Vacuum. Okay,
I don't like it.
I said, Rudy,
it's titanium.
There's one before it.
Snowflake is a great watch, but that dial is amazing.
No, actually, no. I sent you the wrong one. I've sent the correct one, and he ordered it today, and he's seeing it at SAHH. Would you like? I was almost thinking, I was thinking it would be nice if he could go as like a reporter in the field to SAHH, considering he would basically have VIP access.
Yes.
Don't you think that'd be a good idea?
Hey, anything would be a good idea. He's a cool guy. He's welcome on any time.
So what do you have to say to Rudy about him making too much money?
I'm sorry, Rudy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love you. Rudy's cool.
Okay, there we go. Yes, he said he just put in an order for that one, and he doesn't know how much he doesn't know how much it costs. He doesn't care, and besides his, there will be 7 other ones. So again, oh, where was I? Yeah, you accuse Rudy of having too much money, and I think that is completely unfair.
Donnie, I'm thinking. I just gone on to Goldberg. There's one for $29.50. It's a Seiko SBGR055.
Okay.
39.5 mil, self-winding automatic. Just a very simple. What should I offer them?
Take off 15% and offer them, and that's basically going to be the buy price. Offer them 20% less and see what they come back at.
Okay. Super chat for me. It's my turn. Okay.
They don't ship to Australia. Goldberg does not ship to Australia.
Yeah, I'll buy it and ship it for you. But I got to say,
always to somebody in the U.S., bro.
Super chat. Clyde, would you prefer rolling around naked in the Oklahoman hay with Mark Goldberg in tow, or watch Archie tongue dart Federico's asshole? Tanzil, I'd have to talk with Mark, and it depends which Archie date watch I would get to wear. I've already got a No Date sub. I got a Submariner. I've already got the. Well, it'd have to be a. You think it'd be a Breitling maybe or not?
You think this is subject to negotiation? This is like date rate. I am now going to wear black and join the Me Too movement after this. And not only that, Tanzil, remember I told you to email me about lunch? Yeah, no lunch. Do not email me. I'm actually going to have a personal bodyguard, and I'm carrying around You know, I'm carrying a Glock. Of course, it's a 22, but nonetheless, I know you don't even have them in Canada. So yeah, just no lunches off, no reef and beef.
And I'm sorry, and just to recap, Rudy ordered a special edition watch that there's only going to be made of for ever, and he thinks it's entirely unfair that you accuse him of having too much money. He thinks that is completely unfair, and I just want to point that out. Also, Rudy, Clyde Law, okay, at mac.com is the PayPal address. You know what we talked about. Oh,
no worries.
Thanks, buddy. Also, if you want to send it to me to get the second one, send it maybe like, you know, fuck the color. I don't care whatever color you want, dude. We're good. We are so good. All right. Anyway, I had my microphone off, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now here's the other thing for Don. Now this is, and okay. Now Don, God knows I love you. Okay. Yeah. I mean, seriously, I respect you. We have fun, and it's fun to fuck with you. It's like you're the Carl Pilkington of the show, and I love Carl Pilkington as well. But except Pilkington's a dumbass. And, oh, fuck me. Really? Another super chat now? We're going to get close in person.
You know, this was getting to be a little bit of a small love fest.
Archie, does Tristano Rudolph Nobson, Vinicio, have more pedigree than your Pedic Philippe World Time? The urban country fuckers.
There's nothing wrong with my paddock. It's a great. What do you think, Don? The paddock I got is great, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a good watch. It has a good movement in it. It's made well. There's nothing wrong with it.
Archie, why are you thinking about selling it? You said at the beginning of the... You said you
thought...
I was thinking of selling it so I could get 10 watches.
Well, I don't know. Let's examine pedigree, shall we? Okay. Now, Rudy told me a little bit about his house. Let's examine your watch. To the best of your knowledge, did Henry VIII ever wear your Patek?
No.
Well, I think that's a little bit more pedigree for Rudy then, quite frankly.
Off with her head.
Exactly. Also, okay, now, Don, here's one. Oh, Rudy also says the watch has an ultra-thin case and a movement like the 15202 ST.
Yep. It's actually thinner than that watch. It's only 2.9 millimeters thick.
You could shave with that.
Okay.
The movement itself.
Now, hey, Don, the other question, which I really had movement-wise, is didn't Baum and Mercier have a new movement announced at SIHH that everyone is just having a mess of social media circle jerk on?
Yeah, Baum and Mercier just came out with a dress watch that has a new in-house movement, that has a silicone spring, and it's a chronometer for under $2,600. And if you give me a second, I'll tell you exactly what model that is.
Now, Tim Musk, and there's the Baumeister. That's going to be in that watch, and they're talking that they have a.
Yeah, it's called. It's called the Clifton Baumatic. It's got a 5-day power reserve. It's called the Baum and Mercier Clifton Baumatic 5-day power reserve chronometer with a new silicone balance spring. It's a watershed movement for them because it's an affordable watch. The thing's going to be under $2,600 list before discounts. So you'll be able to get a watch like this, you know, for like $2,200, $2,150, something like that after discounts. And you're going to get a 5-day power reserve automatic with a silicone spring, and you're going to get a 5-day power reserve and a chronometer certificate. And not only that, it keeps chronometer-grade chronometry timekeeping for the entire 5-day power reserve. That's the more amazing thing, and that's one of the things that the silicone does. It's just so consistent.
And they're also talking it has, like, despite the fact that it has a display case and a date window, it has 1.5 times the magnetic resistance of even the Milgauss, right?
Yeah, it's 1,500 Gauss because of the silicone spring. But now the Milgauss, even though they say it's 1,000 Gauss, the magnetic resistance is much higher because when they originally came out with the original Milgauss, they didn't have the parachrome hairspring. So the Milgauss is actually more than 1,000 and gals. Rolex just won't tell us what it exactly is because they don't want to compete with anybody. Just wanted to throw that out as an FYI.
Okay. Now, also, though, my understanding is that the new watch, the Bowmaster, has it looks heavily. They've taken heavily styling cues from the GLC Geophysic.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the Geophysic. I actually think that the hands are prettier. It does. I mean, it's actually a beautiful dress watch. Let's see if we can send. We got to figure out a way to send you guys a picture of it. Because I'm on the Hodinkee website right now looking at it. Baumatic. Google that. Bauman Marcia Baumatic. Can you do that, Archie, and put up a picture for us?
He's wandered off again. So, no.
Okay. No.
All right. What?
Take a screenshot and send it to you.
Archie?
You want me to do that?
Okay, wait. Someone wave a $20 bill and see if he answers. No, I don't have. Shit, I don't have my wallet. All right. Do you think that? Okay. What do you guys see coming up at SAAH and later on Basel World?
I think Rolex.
Mark,
Rolex is going to take the red off of that 43mm sea dweller.
No.
And they're going to discontinue the James Cameron, making my collection really wonderfully valuable. Or they're going to leave it all alone and leave me pissing at the post, which is probably more like my luck. Yeah.
No, and because I was going to say, because I think like the Kermit, that was the special edition 50th anniversary Submariner, right?
Well, yeah. How long did they make that? Like four years?
Yeah, exactly. And do you know why they didn't only make it for 1 year?
Was it filthy lucre?
Yeah, exactly. Because if they'd only made it for 1 year, went back to just a more conventional dial or any other thing, that would have made that 1 year so supremely valuable. So I don't think they do that. I don't think they want to give anyone a gift like that.
Well, what that means, that's encouraging, because what that means is maybe in another year and a half, that 43mm sea dweller will start hitting the used market like a little bit below retail. Right now, it's retail or premium, right?
Right.
I think I'd like to get one, but I really am not anxious to pay quite retail or premium on it either.
Okay. Don, the message from Rudy, the watch is an ultra-thin case like the 15202 ST.
Yeah, it's 6mm thick for the case. It's absolutely spectacular.
Thanks. So, I mean, okay, what kind of value proposition do you think is the Baume & Mercier? Is it, do you think it's a watch that Archie should buy?
Is it flippable? Can
No.
you resell one?
It's not flippable. That's the problem. It's not a flippable watch. It's a me watch, okay? It's very similar to like a Nomos. It's a me watch.
What do you mean a me watch?
It's a watch that you buy for yourself, that you don't sell, that you enjoy and you wear every day, that you're not going to flip, that you're actually going to really like.
I call it a funeral watch. You got to get buried in that watch because you're never going to sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very similar to Nomos. You know, you buy it for $2,200, you'll be lucky to sell it for $1,500 to $1,200. If you trade it in, they'll be lucky to get $900 to $800 for it. You know.
So you got to get buried in the damn thing. I think I own
Okay. What about the?
But it's nice movement. The point is not the watch; it's the movement. Because Richemont Group designed this incredible movement, and they put it in their worst company in this dress watch. But they're going to start using that in some of the other Richemont brands, hopefully, and improving the level of quality of their own watches now that they're trying to get away from ETA. That's the point. I
would like to point out that it's Richemont, for those of us who are classy. If you're in New Jersey, it's Richemont. But I think it's French, isn't it?
No, it's Richemont. I'm sorry about that.
Richemont.
All right. Now, what do you think about what kind of value proposition?
I sent you pictures of it. Clyde.
Of which, yeah, I was actually looking that one up, but yeah.
Can you put the picture to the camera?
No, not real. Oh, all right. Oh, by the way, what did you think about the starchy brown eye, Mark?
It was a little bigger than what I expected.
The picture or the starchy brown eye?
The picture was a Showday watch, which was kind of gaping. Looked like somebody duct taped a stopwatch on his wrist.
And yes, and like I said, yeah, and was it Vacheron Constantin or?
I don't know what that was. What was that?
Baume & Mercier. Now I was looking over the picture. Yeah, and like I said, I was reading over the Hodinkee article itself. Now,
hey, Clyde.
What? Hey, real quick.
I've got to pick up pizza soon. You know that?
Is it a reef and beef pizza?
Reef and beef. Yes, it is.
Well, we're going to have to call into this, aren't we, then?
No, you can keep talking. You keep bringing in the money, big boys. You can keep on there all night.
Now, Archie, what do you think about the Baume & Mercier Bellmaster?
I hate Baume & Mercier. My brother wears a Baume & Mercier, and I just loathe the brand.
So you hate them. So anyway, so what you're saying is if anyone hates Archie luxury, they need to get a Baume & Mercier.
Yes, a Baume & Mercier or a Gerard Perregay.
Oh my God! I think we just came up with an award-winning advertising campaign.
Well, what's wrong with the Gerard Perregay? They have some very lovely vintage watches with some incredible movements, as I'm sure Don Haynes will attest. What is it with the GP?
They're just a bullshit brand. What's the Baume & Mercier? What brand again? What model again? Bellmaster, was it?
We have a super chat.
The one from you.
Are you coming back, Clive's Vacuum? Because we have a super chat, and you are the reader of the super chats.
Who is?
All right.
Clive's Vacuum.
Yes. Okay. Super chat. Sorry. Don, what do you think of the Blancpain Revel GMT? Reference 2041 1130M.71 bracelet version. Also, how do you guys feel about titanium watches?
I hate titanium. It's like plastic, but it's tough as shit, and it scratches like a non-stick fry pan.
And you can't polish it hardly.
It's a bitch. Once it's scratched, it's a real bitch. It's very hard to refinish it or do anything with.
I buy my watches by the pound or the ton, and I only have one titanium one, which is the Tudor Pelagos Smurf. It's a beautiful watch, but it's not heavy enough. But Don, what do you think of? Don loves Blancpain. So
oh my God. Okay, who has more pounds of watches, you or me?
Oh, well, definitely me. You have these little tiny micro dot things that are all like little tiny 32mm freckles that don't even really quite tell the time. And, you know, I've got like big chunky man watches made out of steel. So definitely me. But
yeah, because we've been interrupted so much, you're going to have to tell me the Blancpain again and what model.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The Blancpain Revel GMT reference 2. I say again, reference 2041 11330 Mike 71. Over.
I think you put in an extra.
Oh my God.
You put in an extra digit, much the way fisting involves more than one digit.
204-111-33071.
No.
There's an M at the end of the 0.
M as in Mary.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Why don't you say M?
I just realized my mistake. When Don was talking, I put in an extra 1.
You put in an extra digit in the Don.
No, an extra 1. An extra 1. Because I think I was looking over at the chat comments.
What? I didn't think you saw my chat.
Going in. Hold on.
Would you like to?
Okay. What do I think about this? I see the watch right now.
I'm gonna have a guess.
How can I explain this?
You don't like it. You like the?
No, listen. It's like a $16,000 watch in steel, with the bracelet. I don't know if he's looking at a precious metal one or if he's looking at the steel one. If you're going to buy this thing, you're much better off buying the steel model than the gold. And you're going to get a hot horology movement for under $20,000, but you can get some discounts on these. You're going to be spent. The problem is it's a great piece, but nobody's going to know what it is.
Don, don't you think he should stick with the icon of the range, which would be the 50 fathoms?
The 50 fathoms, yeah.
And so to go into that brand, but to take a GMT is like buying a Rolex, but a Cellini.
Yeah, basically, Blancpain is known for the 50 fathoms. They have a 40 millimeter 50 fathoms that they just came out with that is for the same money. You can get a 40 millimeter homage to their original 50 fathoms watch. They're only making 500 of them. One of my friends just bought one because of my recommendations, and it's a beautiful watch with a 96-hour power reserve and 2 barrels. The larger 45 millimeter watch has a 3 barrels and 120-hour power reserve. Because it's bigger, they have more room to put stuff. I would go with that watch every day of the week and twice on Sunday over this, because this is a hard watch to resell. It's got a funny, crooked, like GMT hand that's like a wavy blue snake with a triangle on the end. It's just a weird, funky design. And I also don't like it because there's no minute track around it, so it's a little tougher to tell time on it. You got to eyeball it a little bit more, and it's a good movement from a good brand in a bad-looking watch in a bad case.
You know what you just said.
You're much better off with 50 fathoms.
Don? Thank you, Don. I accepted my opinion there, Don. The thing that you just said about the minute track, really, that is my problem with Panerai. How do you set a Panerai unless you're going to wait to set it exactly? Like, I'm a little bit OCD about setting it to the minute. And I go on to the watch app every day and double check my watches. But how do you set a Panerai that has no minute track? You got to wait to the 5-minute point, right?
Yeah, that drives me crazy, particularly on the dive watches. They should have a minute tracker around there because you want to know. Diving and understanding how many minutes you have left of oxygen is kind of important, besides the 15-minute counter they give you on the dive watches after that. Because some people dive longer than 15 minutes. You know, that's just me. So, yeah, I have a problem with it as well.
Yeah, that's my issue.
And they asked me, what do I think about titanium watches?
Yes.
The only watch that I like in titanium has to have grade 5. Good luck finding a grade 5 titanium watch.
There's one that
they don't have them.
There is one I just read. I don't remember who, and it might have been a micro brand who, for shits and giggles, is using grade 5 titanium, which isn't that basically aerospace grade titanium?
Yes. The only company I know that you can get them in, and they're somewhat readily available, is Ralph Tech, and they have a citizen movement, like a kinetic drive, or an ETA one with a regular crappy ETA movement. They're professional dive watches.
Don, I'm going to interrupt you because it's a super chat directed to you. Okay?
Okay.
Don, 39 millimeter Explorer or a no-date sub, new or used. Thanks. And that's for Jason. That's from Jason Moniz. As in, show me the money.
I mean, it depends. I know somebody that just bought a 39 millimeter Explorer and got 30% off. He paid like $4,600 for it. That was a good deal. You're not going to get a discount like that on a no-date sub. And good luck finding a no-date sub new.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So from a movement perspective, so as from a movement perspective, though, which one of those would you think from a movement perspective? The Explorer 1 39 millimeter or the no-date sub?
The Explorer 1 has the para shock absorber and a larger balance wheel. So the Explorer 1 actually has more shock protection than the no-date sub.
Okay.
It's a newer movement.
Hey, guys.
What kind of
I got to go and pick up this pizza.
No, we know. The super chats paid for the pizza. Take your camera off. We're going to watch you eat the pizza.
No, I've got to go and pick the pizza up because they don't bloody deliver the reef and beef. I've got to go and pick it up. So I can keep you guys chatting or we can end this show. What would you like to do?
I'm up either way. Whatever you guys want to do. Don, you've taken the hardest knocks. Which would you prefer? You want to stay? If you want to stay on and talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about movement wise, I'm game.
Yeah, if anybody wants to learn anything about movements, I'll stay on. If they go off to the wild blue
I reckon that's cool. I want you guys working for me, making money whilst I go and get pizza. That'd be a great way. And if you guys come back, I'll actually show you me eating some pizza too. Okay?
Oh, Max Levinson, respect us.
Okay, guys, thank you. I'll be back soon. I've got to go and pick up my reef and beef.
Also, Captain Zed says, I like Don. I'm from New Jersey, too.
Thanks, Captain Zed. I appreciate it, buddy.
Okay. Well, Archie share his pizza. Dr. Bruce, hi. New here?
The answer to that question is
no. No. He will share it with his children because he is legally obligated to.
This is very funny. River Maddox says New Jersey is a shithole.
It depends what part.
Well,
you know,
that's a broad comment.
You know what? The fact of the matter is, hold on. My mother lives in New Jersey, and I can tell you there are more millionaires in New Jersey per capita than any other state. Little known fact.
And the real estate prices here have gone through the roof.
Crazy.
I mean, to get an 1,800 square foot place, it's like $500,000 depending on the neighborhood, and your taxes are going to be between $10,000 and $12,000 a year.
What's not
just for your property tax?
There's no big city in New Jersey that's really nice, but it's a lot of very, very expensive suburbs. That, especially when you get close to the metropolitan New York area, or even down into the collar communities around Philadelphia on the other side of the Delaware River. So there you go.
Okay,
yeah, it's very expensive. And
I went to school in southwestern Pennsylvania, and they said you're going to see some kids here from Jersey. They said don't bother asking what town they're from. That's going to confuse them. Ask them what exit.
In New Jersey, you orient either towards an exit on the Garden State Parkway or a bowling alley, because if they're a little bit, if they're too far west in New Jersey, then they don't live near the Garden State Parkway. And when you ask them what exit, they get a little confused. So you want to ask them what pizzeria or what bowling alley they live near, and that's how they kind of orient themselves.
And actually,
or diner.
Do you know how I get?
We have a lot of diners here.
You do.
You know how
you don't know about Scrabble?
Do you know how I get primarily watch news here when my main
Taylor ham
horological knowledge?
Taylor pork roll.
Pork roll.
Pork roll. Sorry, go ahead, Clive.
No,
Taylor ham.
Do you know what my primary source of knowledge is horologically, since I primarily watch the Archie Luxury channel?
He's like he represents 75% of my basis of knowledge, by the way. Ever since
Don, actually.
Yeah.
Don is the one who's sending me stuff about, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm thinking, oh wow, I haven't heard anything about this. When did this come out? October? Wow. Yeah. So hey, Don, so what else is coming out on SAHH that we should be looking at?
The show starts tomorrow, and the pre-stuff has already come out. I mean, there's a couple things. There's like a 3-bridge tourbillon from Gerard Perregaux that no one cares about. You know what I mean? There's a super ultra thin watch from Piaget. It's going to be the thinnest watch ever made for a mechanical watch, which no one cares about because the brand regulates their movements -10 to +10. So you're basically getting something as good at timekeeping as the worst ETA movement ever from $1,000 to $20,000 watch brand. Plus. I mean, who the hell wants to pay 20 grand for a watch that's going to be off 10 seconds a day? What's wrong with you people?
Get it regulated. You got a guy.
They can't. Because they're no, you don't understand. When the movements are that thin, they can't regulate. It's tougher to regulate them because there's not a lot of room to work. So the hairsprings are tiny.
What if you store them upside down overnight?
It's not just you don't understand. They're really tough to make. They're a pain in the butt. They're really tough to regulate, and there's only so much you can do. It's like a fashion brand. You're better off buying a Piaget Diamond, which is also dumb. What else is coming out? There's a couple things. I mean, the pre-stuff is not. We're going to find out more tomorrow and the next day. So give me 48 hours, will you, so I can do my homework to give you actual, real advice that's based on facts instead of opinions. That's what I try to do to differentiate myself.
No, you've already met the standard.
I mean,
you can just give
there's a one-off H. Moser coming off out.
You can just give unfounded opinions. This is the Archie Luxury channel. I mean, seriously. It's not like the standards here are that high.
Yeah. Well, I understand the standards are not that high, but I hold myself to a higher standard than most watch people because I want to have somewhat of a reputation. It is kind of untarnished. So there's an H. Moser coming off. It's a one-on-one. It has a Rolex GMT colored bezel that's an octagon like an AP. And it has like a Hublot-looking case with the stupid Panerai crown guard and a Panerai like font dial with a Gerard Perregaux-looking tourbillon. And it looks hilarious because they're making fun of every sports watch company making their own sports watch, and it is Breguet hands. I laughed my head off when I saw that.
Clive, did you just bump a line of methamphetamines or something over there?
God, I wish.
What was that?
It's just Benzodrex. It's a nasal decongestion. Still a bit of a sinus headache.
Oh, I'm
now,
sorry to hear that.
Okay. Hey, Archie, super chat, $100 super chat, Archie.
Wow, really? Oh, he's not there.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, so guys, while it's just us chickens, how can Archie?
Oh, resins. Okay.
How can Archie improve the channel in 2018, guys? That's why I really want to talk about. And he's not here to interrupt us. So not interrupting us would be one way to improve the channel. What else? And guys, if you want to read something, if you want us to read something, you know, fuck it. We'll read it for free, guys. So we'll keep an eye on the live stream comments, and it's good enough, we'll read it. How's that sound, guys?
Sounds good to me.
I mean,
I've only got about 10 more minutes.
The man needs to talk about things that are more mainstream. I think cell phones would be good. He has a technology background. I don't know if it's a computer programming or a hardware guy or an IT generalist or something. So he has the embedded capability to talk about a technology type of product or a computer-based product. And I think that would give him more of an audience because he'll add some humor to that instead of looking at CNET or something else, because there's no one that does any reviews on cell phones that's funny.
There's a lot of guys who do cell phones. The only problem with that is, you know, you're getting into a very, very crowded field where they are primarily, and if you look me up on this, you'll see I'm right, young, really good-looking people. So Archie would need a lot of editing. He would need a lot of production value, and he would have to write up scripts to compete in that area. Thumper DJM says,
not really, Mark. I mean, one of his best videos ever was when he was giving people shit at the Apple Store. I mean, that was one of his best rated videos.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you came on, and I loved that video. But, you know, he's going to have to crank out 2 a week, like, you know, on technology. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think his heart's in it. Thumper says, Archie needs to limit his videos to 5 to 6 minutes. He needs to stop rambling for 11 to 17 minutes. And I know I make videos, Don makes videos. It's very hard to discipline yourself to wrap everything up in a specific time. But I find that the videos that run 5-6 minutes are, they get higher views because people are willing to commit the time. They see 10, 20, 30-minute videos. They don't want to commit. So I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, but so what would it be? I mean, so if he limited his videos to 5 or 6 minutes, would it be like 4 minutes of e-begging and 1 minute of actual content, or what? Help me out here.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, and he needs to figure out a way to do a website where he has his own blog where he edits the trolls out and all comments have to be approved, and then have some affiliate links put on there.
If he did that, he would. I asked him about that, Don, in one of our original live streams. I did ask him about that. He said he barely has time to even look at the comments, and that if he got involved with the comments, he'd spend all day on it. So for him, it was a time thing. He'd rather be cranking out.
No, but if you have a blog where you're editing the comments yourself, you have to have the comments approved.
Yeah, he's on
like,
this.
You know, the first 10.
I think
to come up.
He's lazy and undisciplined. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I don't think he's going to do it.
Okay.
Well, if he wants to make a living, we're telling him how to.
Suggestion from Dr. Bruce. Archie should go back to his original formula. Review watches intelligently.
Yeah, the intelligent stuff. That's the tough part.
Well, I agree with that comment too, and I think that he should start soliciting people to. You know what? The people who are kicking his butt are reviewing mid-tier watches because a lot of those are sold. There is certainly a place for the luxury guru, but I'd like to see him start the archery mid-tier luxury channel and start reviewing.
No, I don't. I disagree entirely. I don't think it has to be separate. The fact is, if he could be comprehensive and objective about it, he could review because not everyone has the same taste in watches, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true. And the same
Don's a movement nerd. I like vintage.
I'm a brand whore.
Yeah, well, and so is he. But on the other hand, there is more to watch. There's all these components to watches and a lot more. I think if he could do something comprehensive and be objective about each of those components and more components, I think he could do more watch reviews on more watches that more people could get into.
I think that's true, and one of the issues is there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people wanting to buy a watch somewhere between $250 and $2,000, and that is a much bigger population than those looking to purchase in the $5,000 and $10,000 range. Now, mind you,
right,
the brands that we love and talk about so much they're aspirational. So the demographic of people watching those videos includes tons of people who don't own them but are interested in them. But the guys getting crap loads of views are people who are. If you talk about a $500 watch, you are going to get a whole lot more views. One of my best watch videos is called "Yes, You Can Afford to Buy a Rolex," and
right,
it's got over 100,000 views now, which just tells people, you know, how. I mean, it's a silly video, but mind you, they watch it. Another one that has like a lot of views.
Cut out the Starbucks and make coffee at home. That's the first way. Yeah, I saw that. Great video.
Well, that was a throwaway video, but it just weirdly it turns out to be like one of my best ones in terms of views. But another one that's doing very well is it's on a Christ, I forget the name of it. It's a Bluetooth watch. I think it's a Citizen EQB 600, which is a watch that is solar and quartz and Bluetooth to your telephone so that it knows where you are and can display time in 2 city zones at once. It's a $400 watch, but that is the range that people are really interested in right now.
Yeah, but he could still do that and even not like the watch, but if he's objective about it and say, well, yeah, it's not my cup of tea, but if you have $500, you should consider this one, but not this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Captain said, sadly, the videos with big views are made by people lying. Hi, Captain Zed. New here? EcoGator, TGV equals spook shitters. Buy really nice watches instead. But, you know, then again, I think there's, you know, the thing is also, I think if Archie could be objective about more reasonably priced watches, I think that could literally be the gateway drug.
Yeah,
it seems like if Archie kicked his ass in high gear, I don't think there would be any room for other. I mean, I don't think there would be room for other watch channels. Quite frankly, I think the rest of them would suffocate for lack of oxygen. Present company excluded, of course.
He needs
because
to
when
make.
you think about it, he already has he has a basic knowledge about a few seminal brands. He's pretty good about doing shit on the fly. He's entertaining. I mean, I've seen other ones that are more informative, but god damn, they're boring. But I think if he could just do something, hit the major points in 5 points, I mean 5 minutes or less, I think people, I mean, if they had, you know, I mean, like Doug DeMuro, for instance, I think if he could do something, formulate it to where people would say, I need to watch what Archie has to say about this watch. I don't think there'd be room for anybody else in the market, really.
River Maddox says you just need a pencil mustache.
Don, what were you about to say?
Video format. This is why this Patek Philippe is $40,000. Just that headline alone will more people.
Yeah, and that's one of the.
This is why Rolex Submariner is 8,000. You know, and continue. And not only that, but I think he needs a mentor, like an actual business coach that he pays a little bit of money for, and has goals and teaches him how to become a businessman. He needs structure. He's the most undisciplined human I've ever met in my life. He has no framework and no structure and no internal discipline. So he needs to hire a teacher to teach him how to build a business. And he hasn't done that.
I was having a long, in-depth discussion with Mark Goldberg if we could possibly train some sort of cattle dog to go behind and kind of like how the dog moves the cattle from one chute to the other. Maybe they could do that with Archie, moving it from watch reviews in front of the camera and to the computer doing.
That was very naughty. Well, that was very naughty of you. Excuse me. That was very naughty of you, Clive, when you began asking me about breeds of dogs that are supposed to herd the horned animals.
Yeah, but
that was a little bit naughty, and I was trying to continue working and moving forward. While yeah, I mean, it's like a car accident. You can't look, but you can't not look. What do you do?
Yeah.
Like,
I think we should all fix it and take him to the dermatologist. Let's go do a GoFundMe.
I disagree whatsoever because A, he will not spend the money on the dermatologist. We both know that. Yeah, we'll fund him to go to a dermatologist in the UK. Right. Well, I don't know. You know, like Dr. Sandra Lee, the dermatologist, Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, what you do is you call the dermatologist office and have them send us the bill after he goes there. That way we'll know he went there.
But you're familiar with the Dr. Pimple Popper? All we have to do is convince Archie that she's a lady boy, and he'll show up in the office.
Listen, do you guys know who M3AU is from YouTube? M3A.
Yes.
Okay, so he's a brilliant man. He's a plastic surgeon. He lives in Sydney. He saves lives and stitches people back up together. And one time I asked him, I said, I'm not going to say his name because he's a very private guy, but I said, M3AU, you know, in your professional opinion, don't you think, could we sponsor you to, you know, to like take care of that? And he said to me in his Australian accent, we can't do that, Mark. That would be like pulling the wings off of a butterfly. That was his comment.
I mean, you see, I think it should be branding, really. I mean, literally, it should almost be like a horned. The thing should be horned. I mean, he should embrace it.
I don't know where to go with this because everyone on this channel has certain physical weaknesses. You know, as the closest to perfect among us, I don't know if I should be encouraging this talk or participating like a third grade girl. I don't know where to go with this, Don. What do you think?
I like the horns. I mean, I like the horns. You take away half my fun if you take away the horns. We got to keep the horns. And I actually embrace them like a trademark is what I'd say, because that actually makes them distinctive.
If you take them away, they could be replaced with LED lights, like turn signals.
Well, if you look at successful people, the top people try to be the best that they can be, the best version of themselves they can be, the best way they can look themselves, the best way they dress, the best way they talk. They get mentors and life coaches. He honestly needs a makeover and a life coach to teach him how to grow up.
But didn't he get where he is by being who he is?
No.
Yeah.
He got where he is by making serious videos, build up a customer base from that, or a client base, or whatever, subscriber base. And then it's been in a downhill spiral for the past 3 or 4 years.
When you say serious videos, I mean, really, when I caught on to him, it was about 3.5 years ago, and he was screaming and yelling, "What do you think of that, fuckers?" And he was carrying on. It wasn't the refined Paul Pluta. It was Archie Luxury that put him in this spot.
Well, or here's what I do. Well, on the other hand, if you go back a little bit further than that, I mean, because he did a video on the Rolex Presidential Day Date 1803, that was a scholarly work compared to what he does now. I mean, I actually think one of the things he could do is just to go back. I mean, here's one thing about YouTube, Mark, maybe you can explain. Is it possible to reach back for something 5 or 6 years, pull it out of a hard drive, rename it something, Archie Revisited or Archie Classic, Rolex 1803, Presidential Day Date?
You would probably need to add a new introduction and a conclusion, or it would. The answer is yes, but I believe you would be violating some kind of terms of service to post and monetize the same video twice. So you would want to re-edit it a little bit. I've got to say, as the author of Let Dogs Be Dogs, I advise that we let Archie be Archie, and then we not try and change him into somebody more refined than who he is. Crude, rude, and lewd, and that is part of the charm. I think he should continue, however, to do more watch reviews. He's late, constantly late with those, and that's demoralizing to the punters. So it would be watch reviews, and I think that he would get a wider range of watch reviews if he would review them down to the $500 point. But he makes so much vicious fun of those that nobody would send him $20 to review, you know, a Seiko Monster, because they'll be afraid to do so.
Well, I actually tried to get him to do something like that. And I said, well, here it is. We're coming April. We're coming up on May. We're talking about graduation time. I said, why not do a watch review on a nephew watch, like a nephew graduating from high school or undergrad? Because obviously you're not going to get unless you're super loaded, you're not going to buy a nephew a Rolex or a JLC Reverso. And I thought, what that would be something. Maybe he could work with that confine and do something on a more reasonably priced watch. But I think it mentioned some sort of a Seiko and just gave it 10 seconds of thought and moved on. So Mark Goldberg, you're saying let Minotaurs be Minotaurs.
The Minotaur, the mythical horned beast that lived in the cave somewhere in the Greek Isles. Was that was Odysseus, was it not? Or was it Homer? Was it the Iliad or the Odyssey?
Okay.
Which made an appearance?
Well, you just mixed up 3 different Greek books that I had to read.
Come on, Don, help me out here with my Greek mythology.
No, those were not in those.
The Minotaur was the beast, and he lived in a cave. That I am quite certain.
Lived in a cave, and Odysseus had to fight him, and kick his butt or something.
Got close.
Hmm?
I said I got close.
There you go. I mean, I think that there is still room for an improvement for a human being to still be yourself without changing them, but try to be the best version of yourself as possible. Okay? I think you can polish up yourself and look better.
Sorry.
By just bathing, shaving, combing your hair. His haircut is terrible.
Putting on pants.
I know. I'm a bald guy. That's why I shave my head, okay? It looks better that way.
Oh, also, well, yeah. And I hate to say it sometimes, just like I said, a good haircut just can make you feel better as well. Hey, by the way, stick that back up to the phone, Mark.
All right, hang on. I'll find it.
So, I mean, because I've had different life coaches help me along the way, help me secure my career, and they've always helped me be the best version of myself.
Work with me, not against me.
That is the Minotaur right there. The Minotaur, people. Right here you are seeing the Minotaur in all his glory. Could you take the horns off this beast? He'd just be sad if you did that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, because obviously Papa Pluta got dehorned, and he looks so sad.
He does.
He does.
He always looks like that, like he needs makeup.
Well, that poor guy has been through a lot because he's
Archie's dad. He's Archie's dad.
Yeah.
All right. Forbin Classics. Clive, a live hornectomy would be a huge ratings winner. He doesn't wash his hair because he's crazy and he thinks it causes baldness. He needs a manager and a bath. All right.
What watch are you wearing there, Clive? Somebody's asked for a wristwatch check on you. Quick wristwatch check, Clive.
DeVos MG20.
Can you flip it?
Probably not. No.
Looks
I'd
like it's
probably get
made. Looks like it's made out of a giant hunk of aluminum.
No, it's the super water resistant alloy that it literally will go down to 1,000 feet. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. Anyway,
Clyde, look up a Ralph Tech diver with grade 5 titanium. That is a cool watch.
okay. Ralph Tech.
TECH, yep. Grade 5 titanium. That is one of the nicest bezel actions out of any watch I've ever experienced. Super tight.
You know,
They have either a assistant or an ETA movement.
I gotta say, the best bezel I own. Let's talk best bezels that we own. The best bezel that I own is on that James Cameron, because instead of a clip, it's got a ball bearing. So it's got a little ball bearing detent system. So there's this little tiny creamy positive click between, better than anything I've ever run into before.
Again with the ball watch.
Have you ever handled a Mal Glashütte?
Say it again.
If you ever handle like a Mal Glashütte or some of the German brands, they have amazing bezels. There's a company in Glashütte that makes a lot of the German watch bezels. The tolerances are super tight. They take a lot more effort to move. They're real good. RGM uses them for their diver.
I think Archie is the best YouTube celebrity ever. Don't you guys?
Yeah, I love Archie. He's amazing.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
can't do anything wrong.
Do you think he'll be back?
Anyway, yeah, I mean, if they ever had the Oscars for YouTube watch reviews, it would definitely. Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Hey, I got some reef and beef. Some reef and beef. The kids ate the rest of it, so.
Dear God.
What's on that pizza, Archie?
Sorry?
Looks like a casserole.
What toppings?
Oh my God, he can't talk now. Please don't talk. Please don't talk. Oh dear God, this is almost as bad.
What?
That's almost.
What toppings are on the pizza?
Reef and beef.
Is that mayonnaise?
Seafood and beef.
Archie, you've got a little bit of semen on your upper lip.
Did they put mayonnaise on your pizza?
No, that's why the delivery driver was late.
Oh, it's disgusting. Dude, I thought you were getting pepperoni or something like the humans would want.
Here's your pizza, and here's your pepperoni.
I can't afford to order this normally.
See, the special sauce takes like an extra 15 or 20 minutes because the cook is in the back is middle-aged.
Oh my God.
Why don't you just get like pepperoni and sausage or some, or
Because it's Australia, they got seafood, Donnie. But it's all over your face.
I have to admit, just the joy on his face as he eats it. I mean, there's almost something simplistically childish about it.
It's like watching somebody else. This is like food porn. He's having orgasms as we speak.
Horngasms. Horngasms.
Who taught you how to eat? Didn't your mom ever tell you to slow down a little bit, man?
Hey, whoa. Don, his mom died.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Could we have a super chat where Archie actually chokes and goes unconscious right on camera? Like, could you stop chewing?
I mean, what about your dad? Did you ever say, Archie, slow down a little bit there, son? I mean,
no, that's he tried to get between Archie and the pizza. That's how he lost the horns.
I had a lady that helped me out when I was a kid. She said you should do 20 bites and chew 20 times and count them in between each bite. So that'll help you chew properly. It'll help you enjoy your food and look more refined at the dinner table.
That is beautiful. What I'm watching right now is beautiful.
Free food doesn't have any calories either. Did you know that?
Is that right? I don't know how you've managed, but your shirt is clean, and that is noteworthy. The fact that you're not wearing that food. I think normally when I eat a pizza like that, I gotta boil the shirt the next day and make soup. But you are clean as a whistle. You didn't waste a single calorie right there. Not a single one.
I've never seen anybody eat faster in my life.
Okay, guys, just be 1 minute. You keep talking.
What's for dessert?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Ice cream, caramel ice cream, salted caramel Ladyboy ice cream.
Now, see, that was a classic.
What?
That was a classic. The salted
caramel Ladyboy ice cream. Yeah, and he took the headphones off just in time. So awesome.
Quick, we can talk about him again. So, one of my favorites.
Lazy fucking horned idiot. I swear to fucking God. Jesus Christ.
Lazy fucking horned idiot, did you say?
Yeah, lazy fucking horned idiot.
How are you going to know?
I mean, you know, and the thing is, he's likable, but if he was the tiniest bit of a shitty person, you'd hate him. I mean, you really would hate him.
Such a good man.
But there's something likable about him. I can't quite figure it out.
Roly-poly, childlike panda bear quality that the man has.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like he's almost like a hairless baby seal. I'm not sure if I should take him home or club him to death.
I think you should take him home and put him in your bath.
No.
Listen,
I like to take baths.
When he was rolling around in 3 inches of surf with that watch, people complained that was not a proper pressure test. But my theory is that he displaces about as much water as a beluga whale. Yeah, and actually, the rough testing came when he was trying to get off the beach, when gags of environmentalists were picking him up and trying to throw him back in the water. Yeah, and like covering him up with wet towels and popping sardines in his blowhole.
But instead of busting his balls, guys, why don't we listen to him and try to make him the best version of himself that he can be, and try to give him real advice instead of just criticism?
Now, Don, that was a little bit of a downer. I feel.
Actually,
that was like a personal.
Mark, you know what we need to do, right?
What's that?
One.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
One.
Don't do it. All right, fine. You're encouraging my baser instincts. Okay. Oh, there you go. You're a bad influence on me, Clive. I want to talk to your futon. That's it. I'm done with you. I'm talking to you.
Well, I'm glad none of you became school teachers, because you wouldn't have patience with any of the kids.
Oh, hell no. I would. You know what? If I were a school teacher, I would be bringing like ether and duct tape to school instead of chalk.
Oh my God.
They still use chalk in school, because I would want duct tape and ether or chloroform. Actually, that's my favorite pickup line. You know my favorite pickup line at the bar? Does this
smell like chloroform to you?
Does this rag smell like chloroform? Yeah. Oh, actually, do you want to know what my favorite of all the pickup lines is at the gay bar? Best one ever.
What's that?
May I push in your stool? May I push in your stool?
Nice.
Best one. Best one ever. Mark,
Don
doesn't.
What does to mean?
No idea.
Well, but the trouble is though, it's not like no one's tried to give him good advice though before too.
No, he needs an actual life coach with a structured program for him to follow. It's the only thing that's going to work.
Structured program. I think that's where you're going to lose him right there. Structured program. Sounds like prison.
Not necessarily, because if he wants to improve himself, and he puts forth an effort and tries to be the best version of himself possible, he can if he believes.
Doesn't believe.
But he has to figure out a way to believe, because if you believe he can be great, you can be great.
I believe in magic.
You know, I want to go and pull on a clip on YouTube with it, but every time I try that, because of the 5-minute pause, because other channels are monetized. By the time the 5-second pause ends, then it's too late for the music clip.
The boys on the channel are theorizing that Archie had to go to the toilet, and that's why he's missing. And I do think that's
Live with Klein, taking an after pizza.
He's in the vomitorium at the moment. He's indisposed.
There's no way he's going to vomit that up. He's definitely pooping it out. My theory is that he might have gotten a bad scallop, or is it a scallop? I mean, if you got a bad scallop, there could be a little botulism churning through the arch right now.
Maybe he's got the digestive system as a dog that makes him, more of a carnivore. So he's got a straight pipe there instead of all the little twists and turns that we do as humans.
What? Could you say that again?
I think traditionally horned animals are herbivores. That could be the problem. Maybe you should go to.
They are.
Forbin says he's purging and rechewing his effluent.
He's chewing his cod. He's chewing his cod between his hooves.
Forbin, that was so good that I'm going to repeat that. Forbin Colossus says he's purging and rechewing his effluent. And I think it was the word effluent that got me.
Actually, but yeah. But, actually, when I kid, though, I've actually seen bulls being dehorned, and it is not pretty. It is not pretty at all.
Well, there's only two things that come from Oklahoma, Clyde.
No, that's Texas, I think.
No, I think it's Oklahoma.
I think it's Texas, yeah.
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Anyway, yeah, so tell us about your dehorning experience. What was the? I have actually seen a cow. I saw a horse get fisted, by the way. So you tell me about the bull's horns, and I'll tell you about the cow fisting, the horse fisting.
I was young, actually, really young. You'd have to. The cow was prodded into down a chute, and more or less it would stick its head out through, and then there's two bars that would then metal bars that would then fold, trap it in. So literally, it's there, can't move its head, and
taking notes. We could use a soldering iron.
No, it almost looked like bolt cutters. They were big. I mean, literally, it almost looked like tunk.
Bolt cutters.
Yeah, huge bolt cutters.
Archie is small. Archie is small. We could use wire nips.
I don't think they have any nerve endings in that, and it depends on what part of the horn.
They do have. They have a blood supply even. So you got to get them very young. Otherwise, that blood supply, they have to cauterize those, Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's a chemical cauterization.
But I like I said, I don't think you should be dehorned anyway.
I don't either. It would be like pulling the wings off a butterfly. Listen, I saw when I was like 14, 15 years old, I was at this horse farm, and this guy put on a plastic glove that went from the tips of his fingers up to his shoulder. I mean, he was gloved all the way up to here. And now, this was a quarter horse breeding. You may not know this, but thoroughbreds have to have a live breeding. By the way, when we talk about thoroughbreds and live
by the way, okay, so how much would we have to pay the guy to come over and service Archie?
Well, I don't know.
You have to buy the gloves separately. Anyway, I still think that no other one matches his sheer not watch knowledge on YouTube.
Well, for all around entertainment, I mean, Don knows more about movements. There are guys who have sort of like deeper knowledge into the specific areas of watches, but I don't think anybody's more well-rounded and entertaining than the Arch. I just don't think so.
Yes. Well, I think Federico might be a little bit more well.
Archie, we have
I think the Watches TV has some really good videos.
Paul, settle an argument.
He does.
Paul, were you excreting and rechewing your effluent? Because somebody asked if that's what was happening there. Excreting, and if you were regurgitating and rechewing your effluent.
My money is on forearm-sized turds.
What happened just now, Paul? We'd like to know where you were.
Heritage. Tudor Black Bay Heritage. I was trying to get one from a dealer at a bargain price. That's all. I had to
get a blue one? One in blue?
I wanted to get the burgundy one.
I had the burgundy one, and it's beautiful. Although I had the smiley. I
like the blue one better.
I like that.
No, actually, they don't make the blue one anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, the blue.
True.
We're freezing here.
It's because the horns are blocking the Wi-Fi signal.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
He's talking in slow motion, like the Flash lost in Zootopia.
Oh my God, Don. I think we lost him. He's frozen. I think that bad scale.
I guess the internet connection in Australia isn't that great.
Yeah. Australian internet for you guys.
We come from the land down under. We got the internet instead of thunder.
I wonder if you could have a Vegemite pizza, and I wonder what Vegemite.
I think Suckerhorn was tuning in. He's heard us talking. He's trying to get the feed. That's what it is.
Isn't Suckerhorn going to?
I'm back.
Archie making him talk.
Guys.
Paul, you're a bit frozen.
Yeah. Okay, Archie, if you're being forced to do this against your will, move your left horn once.
Hello, guys.
There you
now
are.
You're back.
So what's going on? Did we get any super chats in whilst I was gone?
No, we were gonna suggest that you not eat it until someone super chatted, but you kind of screwed that one up.
Shit. That's.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe we can make money off that.
Yeah. So, guys, that sounds fantastic. It's great having you on here.
Thanks for having us.
We should wrap this show up there, guys. Let's do one tomorrow. You guys are all welcome back tomorrow if you want to come on tomorrow.
I might have an obligation at from 11 to 12 your time, but we'll see.
Okay. Guys,
well, actually, we need to see what time Tanzil is going to get off work, because otherwise it's just fucking pointless.
Yeah.
And another watch for you guys to check out before you sign off is the Resonance Type 2E Crown Concept.
Super chat, $5 from... No, just kidding. Go ahead.
The Resonance Type 2E Crown Concept. It's actually pretty neat. It's a mechanical watch with a mechanical module that is also solar powered, that basically sets the watch from your iPhone, even though it's a mechanical watch. It's pretty neat. Check out the Resonance Type 2E Crown Concept. It's really neat.
Okay. Don, I'm sorry about that last one. That really wasn't a super chat. Someone was going to pay me separately to do that. Okay, Mark. Clyde Law OK at mac.com. Thanks, buddy. All right. Anyway. Anything else? Archie, what should people have to look forward to from SAHH or Bezel World? Or,
hey.
I'm sorry, Bezel World.
Bezel. See, SIHH is separate to Basil World. You know that, don't you?
Now, Basil World, is that in fact the Faulty Towers fan convention?
Exactly, that's the one.
No, they're different shows, okay?
So I predict...
Basically, SIHH...
That's what I said. I said they're two different things. I said that two different... SIHH is more the Richmond brands.
Yeah, but you were correct, so that really threw Don off.
Okay.
And I agreed. That didn't throw me off.
Oh, okay. So anyway, what do we have to look forward to from those?
New dial colors.
New dial is exactly what they're doing. New dial colors. Oh my god, it's a beige color on the Mopee game Royal Oak Offshore. Oh my god, oh my god, oh.
Oh, wait. Rudy said he just bought one when the beige. That's quick. Huh.
No.
Nice. All right. Anything else, guys?
No, that's it. Okay, let's wrap this baby up. Thank you guys so much. Just come on again. I'm pressing stop.